now, do roll. This is why you shouldn't let me roll for you. If you want to grab a rat before you awaken fully.
Yeah, I just want to steal a rat and put it in my pocket.
All right, yeah. Unfortunately, though, Piper, because I rolled for you, you are unable to grab a rat just in time. It blinks out of existence just as you reach out for it. Possibly because of the staking, you weren't quite as sharp as you thought you might be.
Crawling after it anyway.
Yeah. FX, however, you're easily able to grab one rat in each hand, restraining them, being able to do whatever you like with two rats.
I would like to feed on them.
You want them both?
Kiss.
Yeah, I'm gonna feed on both. Yeah, make them kiss first, and then feed on them. Yeah.
See, I was offering you the opportunity to say, "Hey, Piper, I noticed," but no, he's like,
"Nah, if Piper wants it, if Piper's looking all lonely, he'd be like, and then kind of like look down at the two,
yeah,
and just kind of begrudgingly hand one over.
The Piper is not paying any attention, just crawling on the floor after the rat mysteriously vanished.
All right.
Where do they come from? Where do they go? I don't know. I'm following.
Okay.
I mean, that's not a bad idea, because then we can see where they lead.
They're scurrying in between small cracks at the base of the walls, and FX, you grab one of these rats. You make the other one watch as you bite instantly into its head, ripping it off and spit it down to the ground, and crushing it in your hand as you drain every drop of vitae in it, just as the other rat just looks on, wide-eyed, and repeat the process. You may slake. I'll give you 4 points of hunger for that.
Yo.
2 juicy fat rats.
Damn, those rats have been eating well.
Remind me, for V20, do you always have to have one hunger spent, or can you max out? Or like do you always have one taken out? Okay, just making sure.
Oh no.
I wasn't sure if it was like V5, yeah.
Oh no.
Okay.
You can fill up at the station.
Hell yeah.
And now that those of you that needed to have feasted upon Ratto Van, or Ratto Kindred, and the rest of you have awakened, what would you all like to do? Oh, yeah, the way out to you. I actually have a bit of text for you. I'm so sorry. The way out now open to you. You scout your surroundings, finding a carved-out room and path that leads to a simple old wooden doorway with barely enough small candles placed to provide some light without urging the beast to the fore. You can make out voices from the other side of the door already. You instantly recognize the chorus monotone collective voice of Vic, but the other almost empty cold voice is unknown to any of you.
I'm going to walk up to the bars. And I am going to mulch them.
Yeah.
Did you say it's now open?
I didn't describe it very well, as in the chamber is now open to view.
Yeah. She's going to...
Because it was darkened before, you just saw this silhouette and now it's open to view. Yeah. This is what happens when you write after eating a large quantity of something.
Oh my god.
Butter.
Yes.
Okay.
And yeah. Oh, you used the willpower. Thank God you used the willpower.
Yeah.
You place your hands upon these iron bars, willing your vitae into certain places, certain points, certain pinprick wounds upon your hands, urging the corrosive, powerful vitae out, and feeling the bars weaken under your grasp. You simply push aside and watch as the wall falls to the ground.
Well, if everybody is ready, I'd like to get out of here.
Piper holds up one finger, still sort of just like pawing at the hole the rat disappeared into.
I want to break free.
Yeah, let's be a little careful moving forward.
Well, yes, like you can I'm sure. She's actually waiting. She's actually waiting to see if anyone else heard the bang.
Fight all your rage.
Press forward stealthily.
Once everybody else is moving, then the Piper will give up the rat chase and come along, but not until then.
What would you like
I'll
to do
draw
about
my
the door?
gun.
Door. I want
I'm
to.
going to pick up one of the stakes that they dropped, and I'm going to slowly approach the door.
Opening it?
Not yet. I'm listening.
The voice on the other side just seems to be going over various orders, status reports. The chorus of voices just seem to respond with single syllable, yes, no, maybe. You recognize Vic, but you don't recognize this other voice whatsoever.
How close do they sound to the door?
They're not directly on the other side. Do for me wits. Or no, do perception alertness. Yeah, do perception alertness.
Wow. Dice love
There are
me.
voices on the other side. They're not directly behind the door, but that's as much as you can tell.
She's gonna look back at the others, and then she's gonna slowly turn the doorknob.
The door creaks open to a large stone hall, a sunken floor that digs into the soft dirt where it can around. What the fuck what is this high bastard doing when he wrote this? Oh, right, okay. Where it curves around raised stone columns, the rest of the space has been mined around to provide support. Cast iron braziers. Oh, fuck off. Cast iron brazier. It's one of those words. I've got it in my
Lights.
head. Thank you. Held high burn a smokeless fuel that somehow, despite there being so few, provide enough illumination to allow you all to see as clearly as possible without even feeling the beast rise up inside of you. Far off in an opposite corner is an open archway, cradling a cobbled-out stairway. Either side and in various parts of the room you can see the putrid green shell-suit-wearing Vix. Standing in front of the third and final doorway is an obvious kindred, a deathly pale face in stark contrast to his black and white pinstriped suit that looks like it was taken straight from a movie. He is talking to Vic, either oblivious or not caring about your presence, until finally silences Vic and simply turns to you. Ah, you're finally awake. You can relax. If we wanted you to meet final death, you wouldn't be standing here.
Friendly wave.
Why are we here?
Though it goes against my better judgment, you have been allowed to meet with Gemini if you so wish. But if you even think about starting something, it won't go well for any of you. Understand?
You do know who I am.
You do know I don't care. Would you like to test me? And you will notice that the shadows around him are starting to sprout several different tentacles.
I don't need to test. Where is my sire?
That's what I thought. And he stands there just looking at you, and you watch as one of the tendrils reaches out to the door next to him, opens it and turns it. A steamy haze clings to the roughly cut stone ceiling amidst the various alchemical equipment. He gestures with his arms for you to go in. You enter inside and finally see Laid out amongst all this equipment, laid out on a stone bed, is a staked kindred body. Several plastic tubes run from it to various devices. Fenice, would you like to describe what they see?
Sure. The woman laying on the table exudes a striking and ethereal beauty with delicate yet intense features. A constellation of freckles contrasts the pallor of her skin, white as porcelain, and if she was awake, you'd immediately notice her piercing blue eyes sitting atop a delicate nose and full luscious lips. Her dark, wavy hair cascades around her face in loose curls, adding to her aesthetic. She wears an elegant black lace trimmed dress, torn and dirty.
A man, only familiar to Ambrosia, rises over the collection of glass alembics as a wicked smile starts to appear on his familiar but now strangely different face. I'm sorry it's so dusty in here, but Ambrosia, I knew you'd make it out. You've learned so much, and you've a coterie with you. Good.
Another friendly wave.
Gemini looks over you all and glides to a stone bed, placing his hand upon the side of the stone and sliding it along the length as he leans over the body, slightly making a dramatic, invasive spectacle as he stands behind it. This Cainite is one of the sirens. Something's changed. Only the sirens and the Clan of the Moon have noticed it, and it's far easier to get information from the sirens.
What are you doing,
While he's
Gemini?
talking, I want to try to casually walk around the table and kind of look at it better to see if she's being held there or...
You can see, you don't even, this will be a free roll because looking, no problem. It's not a threatening thing. It is a staked kindred body.
Okay.
But
She's not
restrained in any way.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
No. And you asked, what are you doing? Ah, yes. The Camarilla like secrets. They hold a veil over our eyes, your eyes, any of their members' eyes, under the pretense of protection, lying to us, lying to you, and lying to themselves. Hidden away somewhere nearby is a weapon of the Camarilla. They're prepared to unleash it should they need it. It can't be controlled, but in their arrogance they think they can use it at will.
And
Tremere
what
of
is this weapon?
The Tremere of London made it. They have corrupted the gift of Cain, and taken a lupine and infused the blood of Cain into it. An abomination. We will find it and foil the Camarilla's plans of control and framing the Sword of Cain.
Do I know the vampire on the table?
No.
Interesting.
If a lupine takes kindred blood, it destroys the lupine.
Usually, yes. But not always. I came across this knowledge of the abomination while at the Chantry. I went straight to the prince with it, and she cast me out. I couldn't tell anyone, even the Chantry turned me away. The only place I could find shelter was with the Sword of Cain. They took me in. They don't deny knowledge and truth. I even learned how to make new servants. His eyes flick over to Vic.
Gemini, you realize that the clan is not going to allow you to continue.
The clan has already cast me out. We came here to sow anarchy, distribute a few rituals, place a few surprises here and there, call in some boons in return, have the Camarilla put out some fires while Lorvan and I find the creature. A weakened domain, an abomination on the loose, and something else. Only the Clan of the Moon and the sirens hear it. Some change. Something is coming. The Camarilla ignore the signs, but the world will change Perhaps it is the antediluvian that sired the daughters that stirs to awaken. The abomination and antediluvian kill each other, and we swoop up, taking the entire domain and doing the work of Cain in the process. So, Ambrosia, you sought me out. Now you have found me. Will you and your coterie join with us, serve Cain, and be here as we create a paradise for our kind?
While he's talking, I want to go around to the side of the table where it's closest to the stake and just kind of rest my hand on the table.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know I cannot.
Why? Those that don't join will have to meet final death. And of course, your siren, too. She is an agent of this antediluvian and should be sacrificed in the name of Cain's will. We don't talk to Cain. We're not crazy, you know. I don't know why I referred to myself in the third person there either. That should totally convince you I'm sane. Have you not read the Book of Nod?
That's pretty old.
He punished the antediluvians. We are merely doing his work. He did not want the antediluvians to exist anymore. So we wipe them out. Only those loyal to Cain's vision will be spared Gehenna. Cain isn't asleep. Cain isn't even kindred. No. Have you not read the Book of Nod? You should. It's enlightening. It's the truth. You know, it must be in my spare robes. Robes, very hard for pockets. Especially a big tome like the Book of Nod.
This is where the Piper starts.
That's what fanny packs are for.
The oversized coat, just padding the various pockets and pulling out one flute, another flute. This one's a penny whistle, that one's a recorder. Making a show of the pockets I got.
Don't suppose your guy makes robes, does he?
Shakes head.
Anyway, back to being actual Sabat here. So, Gemini, will you join us? Sacrifice.
You are Gemini.
Do Cain's will. Oh, yeah. Name like Gemini, no wonder I've got split personality. Fuck me. Ambrosia. And Coterie.
As much as I miss you, I cannot join you.
That's a shame.
I would like to channel Yoko Ono again and throw my voice with any random Yoko Ono song, they all sound the same, behind him.
Right.
Just getting him to look in that direction.
I'm going to make you do a roll for that, I believe, please. Manipulation performance. I'm telling you now, you got a lot more than 3 successes. That was not a hard difficulty. Yoko Ono, you know? Magic words. The fucking piercing banshee scream of a drowning whale being choked on by a bat as it's being... No, I can't say that on a stream.
Slowly blended.
Having its talons ripped out while it's alive with a pair of pliers by a dentist that's having root canal done without anesthesia.
Yoko Ono.
I love that the bat is choking on the whale.
Yes. Well, what? Do you know how big a whale is compared to a bat's esophagus?
No.
That
Well,
sounds already
it's not going to have a
painful
good
enough.
time.
I love
That's
how that's
crazy.
the detail. The order of events there, it really paints a picture.
So yeah, he's turned around and yeah. What are
Pulling
you
out the
doing?
steak.
Free? Yeah.
And if I have time, pull out the tubes too.
Yeah. Why not? Absolutely fine. Octavia, you will be awakened instantly. That's it. That's all they need to do. And
Eyes open.
Vix are moving in. Have 6 Vix bursting into the door, shell suited, ready, poised for action.
Dude, I'll face them and be ready for action as well. Just kind of look
Piper.
back at Alina, like I hope
I
you
just
know
had
what you're
that
doing.
mental image, the Spider-Man meme. It's like 6 Vix, all that's there. Like, sorry, but yeah.
Yeah, just the Piper's just waving again, just friendly.
As soon as she's
Yeah.
up and able to move, I want to pull her behind me, so I'm shielding her.
Yeah, I get up and I'll just follow. I'm like visibly confused, like I don't really understand what's going on.
Okay. We're going to move 3 of the Vix in front of Gemini. The remaining 3 Vix are going to advance upon the rest of the coterie. I will let the coterie decide what's going to happen before we possibly enter combat.
Now, can we tell that the Vix are kindred, or
Yeah.
do they?
That,
What
Yeah,
it?
they're
What
definitely
is
all
Vic,
kindred.
What is what is Vix? What is that?
What is a
Vic.
Vic?
Vic
Is a
Yeah.
Vic.
Vic
What?
is basically he is generic goon looking, but there's
Oh,
you've
okay,
so
okay.
far-
So
these were the
Vics are
guys that
goons?
kidnapped you. They all
Okay,
look
okay, okay.
exactly the same.
Oh.
They are all dressed exactly the same.
Oh yeah,
They
yeah,
all
yeah,
speak in
yeah.
unison.
Okay. I remember what you had told me. Yep. Okay. But I didn't know what the fuck that term was, so I was very confused. I'm sorry. I got it now. Thank
That's
you.
all right.
I'm scared.
That's
Yeah,
not promising.
FX is just on the defensive. He already knows this is gonna break into a fight. He's just waiting for the first swing.
Yeah, she's
Fight?
got
Who's
the,
fighting?
she's
I'm
got-
just friendly wave.
She's got the stake in one hand, and she will pull out one of her thighs and hold it in the other, and be at a ready stance.
Okay, so I toss the steak to you.
No, she picked one stake up on her way when they came out of the basement.
Oh, okay.
No, so you can keep that stake and use it.
Okay.
Everyone, roll your initiative for me, please. I don't get to say that much. I'm so excited.
Where do I find that?
Yeah, I was gonna say now I can't remember how.
Top right of your character sheet, it's the sword and shields icon.
Oh, okay.
I see.
Apparently, this is now the international symbol for sword and shield.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, okay, there it went. I thought I did it more
This-
than once.
Now, this is the international symbol for trying to start a fire in the woods, and nothing else.
No, I thought that was
Mhm.
this.
That's finger banging the ground.
So, do I have a 6 or a 1?
Yep.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Fucking
Boy, the
hell,
dice
Richard.
roller doesn't like me today. Giving me all low dice.
All right. Yep.
Are you playing a bard?
He doesn't have any extra dots in appearance. Not sure. I
Okay,
like
so
where
he's
this
kind of
is going.
ugly.
Ow.
I mean, one dot. I'm sorry.
Dude. I'm gonna do the
Will you be
same
able-
shit.
okay. Are you gonna be able to do that in enough time? I guess we'll find out. Roll away. Also, Noscavian, apparently you're muted.
I can hear you.
Yeah.
I love how you instantly said, "Oh, what? You guys can't hear me?" No, they can't hear you asking that. But that's it's instantly what we do, isn't it?
It is.
Like when you ask them, "Hey, are you asleep?" Do you expect a reply? Because if you expect a reply, then you already ask. It's a loaded question.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's why people don't wake me up anymore.
Oh wait, now you guys can hear me, right? This whole time, no one's heard any of the genius things I've been saying.
Man, you could
Oh.
like the things that you said.
I know.
They were amazing.
I know. Okay, well now, I'm going to
All right,
use
Richard, tell us what you're doing.
Mask of 1,000 Faces.
Oh,
I-
and stroke your beard, please.
Oh yeah. I would like to use Mask of 1,000 Faces to make myself into a duplicate of Gemma.
There's something about you just going as you're saying this. Let's have a look for Mask of 1,000 Faces because you have got your hands full. All right. Roll away.
And would my specialty for impersonation count?
Yes.
And I'll also use a willpower.
He wants this.
I want it for him.
I know.
So is that 5 successes? Because of my willpower?
You didn't. If you didn't mark it, in the when you
Oh
rolled.
wait, no, that's
Then
the 4 successes is including the willpower.
Okay, yeah, because if you marked it, then it includes it.
That's yeah. You've got like 5. Yeah, absolutely
Okay,
perfect.
so 5
As you just
successes.
stand there, and you look exactly the same as Gemini. FX, same.
I want to, but I'm just gonna be throwing hands, so maybe it's best I kind of cover him. So I think I'm just gonna rush the nearest Vic and try and cave his skull in.
Strength, brawl.
Perfect.
And they will dodge. Not dodge. Yeah, so roll for me 4 plus 1, 5. Yeah, 5 dice for me, please.
Roll 5 dice. Oh, I guess I always do that. Does it show the individual dice, or is there a way I can roll like that? Oh, roll by number of dice right here. Never mind.
Oh, cool.
Boom. There we go.
you're able to suddenly connect with one of these looming green shell-suited creatures, punching him straight in the face and taking him by surprise. Strangely enough, you notice that even though you only struck one of them, the others also have all of their noses bleeding.
Oh, perfect. Okay.
Alina.
Sick.
I would like to start singing Wrapped Around Your Finger to try to get them to obey me or us. Do you need to see it, or can I just roll it?
Yeah, show me it and then roll it, please.
Well, I guess it does show it when I roll it. There we go.
And so which... so what
I don't
emotion
think
are
I
we
get
going
to-
for with these? Do we not? I thought we did.
Obedience for us.
It's not really an emotion, though, is it? Obedience.
Subservience? Submissiveness? Too
I mean,
complicated.
Fear.
what is it you're trying to go for overall here? What's the overall goal?
I wanna
Confused
turn them.
fear.
That's not
wanna-
what this
I want
power's
them-
for.
I want them to. Let's just go with fear. I'm being
But,
too
yeah,
complicated.
if we go with instilling that as a fear emotion, because that's more of a dominate, trying to make them go with the thing, and this is more go with the driving them out.
I want the oh my god, I'll do anything you say fear, and not the runaway fear. That's what I'm
The
going.
reverent fear.
Okay.
I'm not trying to like dominate them. I just don't want them to necessarily
mm.
run away, but I want them to be afraid. But if that didn't work, just fear, whatever.
No. I was thinking of what they're going to do in response to you, because that's totally going to be fine. I've got it. So, you let out this extremely pleasant melody. It's very good acoustics down here. You might have to take note of this and come back sometime. As you let out your song, charging it with these emotions, you watch as the Vic sort of stutter a bit. They're not precisely ignoring you. It's more like they're cautious of you. They seem to be focusing their efforts mostly upon FX and seeing what Octavia is going to do.
I had a question.
Yes,
Do I need to activate Fortitude, or is passive?
it's passive. In fact,
Awesome.
need
I
to add
fucking
that
love
to your
Lee
sheet.
20 so
I
much.
need to add the bonus to your sheet as well, don't I?
I have no idea, but sure.
What level of potence do you have?
No, Fortitude.
That's what I meant.
2. I am petite, but I am beefy.
Okay, I've added that to your bonuses for soak and everything.
Thanks. What am I doing? Okay, so I see Alina. Well, I'm behind Alina. Where in, like, where are these Vics from where I am? Like, are they in front of
They
her?
will be in front of Alina, who is not just acting as a physical bodyguard, but her song is making it so they're kind of cautious. It's almost as if there is... It would have been great if you did a ring of fire. There is a ring of fire that they can't seem to cross, or they're very unwilling. You know, they're aware of her, they're cautious. Yeah.
And it's only them, or is Gemini still there?
You can, you can still see Gemini. He is currently hiding behind some of the Alembecs, using his robe as a temporary latrine.
There's
Right,
two-
aside from the fact that, like, I saw, like, one of these people transform into Gemini as well.
Oh yeah, there's
So-
two. Yeah.
That is confusing me, to be honest. Since
Yeah.
I have no idea who the fuck these people are, but I'm not staked anymore, so it's really good. I feel much better. I think I would like to help. I don't really know what Alina is doing. I understand that she's definitely like keeping them wary, at least from like approaching us with her song.
Yeah.
But
I think from that you'll recognize as well a fellow sister.
And I think I would like to help with that by activating Dread Gaze.
Yeah.
How do I do this? How do I roll for this?
Just click it, and it does everything.
Do I need to have it like check marked?
No.
Okay.
I don't think so. I think you just tick it as long as you got the dots. It should just play nicely.
Difficulty?
Always put it on 6. I do not tell you what the difficulty is.
Okay. Because it was asking me, so I didn't know.
It's okay. Jesus Christ. Okay, yep. You know what?
I literally, what is going to happen is with the creepiest like smirk that turns into this horrific twisted expression where like my fangs are like just glistening in this like lantern light and my eyes become like a little slivers of hate just pouring into the Vix that will see me rise from behind Olina's shoulder. It's just like this creepy entity behind her, just rising slowly. Yeah.
The Vix look at you, look to each other, look at FX, and turn and run. You watch as the cloud of mist turns black, descends down and envelops Gemini. He lets out screams, and watch as the cloud of mist evaporates round his body, leaving only ash in its wake. The chamber lies silent.
That was
Broken
way too
pieces
easy.
of glass and glass.
That was
What
literally
the
my first
fuck?
thought.
Glass. Broken pieces of glass and other broken experiments lay scattered over the stone floor. I'm never going to forgive myself for saying glass. The door to the chamber hangs open, showing the empty space you entered in from allowing you to I just say glass and that's it. I just can't. I'm just get my tongue pierced again as punishment. The chamber lies silent. The chamber lies silent. I don't even drink. I don't know what the fuck's the matter with me. Broken pieces of glass and other broken experiments lay scattered over the stone floor. The door to the chamber hangs open, showing the empty space you entered in from allowing you the freedom of the entire space previously denied to you. What would you all like to do, please?
FX would walk over and observe the bones and then look over at Octavia and he'd be like, "One hell of a job, girlie."
It's all ash, no bones.
Sorry, that ash pile. My bad. The remains is more so what I was trying to say.
Yeah, I compose myself. I'm not like dreadfully horrendous anymore. And you know, I'm kind of just fixing myself, petting my gown that is all dirty and dusty and torn, and up until the point where FX like, you know, catches my attention. Thank you. Who are you guys?
Oh, we're Ambrosia's Coterie. I'm FX. These are my friends.
Hi, I'm Alina. Are you okay?
Am I okay? I don't know. Right now, I feel definitely much better. As far as in general, it has been quite a intense experience so far. I was asleep for a bit, and just a bit after I woke up from my slumber, I was taken. After that, I was, believe, experimented on. For I have no idea how long, really. But thank you for rescuing me.
Of course, for a sister.
Yeah, that's
the
totally
least I
why
could
we were
do.
here.
Oh, did anybody told you that I was here? I believe just a few of my old court knew that I was awake.
Milady, we just have a sixth sense for those in distress.
That's
While they're
quite
talking,
a talent.
Ambrosia is going to walk over to the pile of ash that used to be her sire, and she will put some of the ash into one of her test tubes. Cork it.
Perception alertness, please.
Where are we?
We're just outside of Abingdon.
Actually, yeah, two.
Oh, okay.
Where are you from?
Originally?
I mean, just before you came here, where'd you come from?
Oh, I was in London. That's where I went to sleep, and that's where I woke up. I had contacted one of the kindred that I had known back before I went into deep slumber for a bit, and I was betrayed. He was one of the people here, La Sombra, by the name of, what is his name? This is not in here. Yeah.
Well, there was
Well,
a
I
Sombra here.
I know Lorvan, but does Olina know Lorvan?
No.
No? Okay.
By the way, quick one. Ambrosia, you find in the remains a golden brooch in the shape of a pair of wings. A red ruby is set in the middle of the metal.
Oh, she'll take it. She'll take anything that she finds up there.
Do you have aura perception on?
Yes.
Could you? Actually, no. You don't. You don't have to roll for it, do you? The aura upon this piece of jewelry is pale, with rainbow highlights that seem to flicker.
Interesting. She will pocket it.
Speaking of pocketing things, just low key, the moment the fight broke out, the Piper, uninterested in violence, just started looking around for anything shiny and pocketable.
Perception, alertness, please.
Hi, could you help me roll perception and alertness, please?
Fucking hell!
You're me, remember?
Hey, what's the difficulty of this? I know. Why can't I roll that well for my... Anyway.
Nice.
You will find, amongst the debris and carnage, oh my god, I said the name, of the shelter, you find the remains of a thin piece of card. The card was damaged during the scuffle, and you are only able to make out the remains of a couple of sentences. Use, emergency, attack, out loud unleash. Original held securely for interrogation.
Yeah,
as you gaze upon the rest of the room, you see nothing else here but broken glass.
Okay, I am gonna pick up a piece or two of this broken glass and pocket it because I wanna and you can't stop me. But before I do that, there's just that moment of like examining the card, turning it over. It means nothing to me. Waving the card for the other's attention.
Richard is going to kind of just stand there and stare at the pile of ash for a little while, and he'll start walking towards the exit, but he's gonna like turn back around and just kind of like look, just to see if the ash is moving. Just kind of keep an eye on it before he eventually starts walking out towards the car.
Everyone heading out to leave then?
Yeah.
Rosh is going to stop everybody. Remember, we were also tasked with another job. We were supposed to look out for a Ravenos. And I think we just met him.
Wow.
Huh?
Tentacle guy? You sure he's not Alessandra?
Perhaps. I get them confused sometimes.
No, that's fair, but it's just like I only know of one clan that can manipulate shadow to that extent.
Yeah, I think they.
This is true.
Well, Piper's gonna tap Richard on the shoulder and hand him that bit of card I found.
What does it say?
Scribble out sentences. It was damaged in the scuffle. You're able to make out use, emergency, attack, out loud unleash, original held securely for interrogation.
Ah, yes.
Aha.
Richard would show the group. This looks like a very important note. Do you think the original that was being held was our friend?
I don't think I'd call him a friend.
But it is a possibility.
He was way too easy to kill.
Yeah, I was thinking that too.
Oh,
The figure in the bird skull mask shrugs.
I meant our friend who was staked. Do you think they're the original?
Oh.
Are
Oh.
you talking about me?
Is
Yeah,
there a
we're talk-
copy of you? I'm asking to Octavia.
I don't believe so. Gosh, I really wouldn't know. A copy of me. Oh,
I mean, the dude's named Gemini. Is it that far-fetched? He might have made some clones.
Piper begins almost theatrically counting on fingers. How many Vicks were there?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
do you think they were holding me to make copies of me?
I mean, maybe. Look at me.
Yeah. Maybe you were supposed to be the next Vic.
I'm gonna
Oh,
reach up
that-
and do
that
that
would-
cheek thing.
That is dreadful. Truly dreadful.
I'm gonna start
That-
looking around to see if I can find any notes or anything that Gemini was working on.
There's absolutely nothing left, just broken glass
Richard would
and
show
dreams.
Ambrosia the note.
Does it mean anything to me?
No. Seemingly not.
So there's no other doors in this
Only-
rooms or
Only
anything?
the ones that you've seen. There's the one you came from, one you went through, and one with stairs that lead up.
I'm
Oh,
gonna go up the stairs.
yeah. I thought this was a dead end.
Why can't I roll this well for myself? Piper, as you're mulling over this whole thing with Vic and looking through, you noticed that Vic was all caps. And there is a distinct possibility here, given the fact that there were a large number. What if that wasn't a name? What if that was a number? In which case, you could infer through Pig Latin, not true Latin, it's 100 minus 6 would be VIC at 94.
The Roman numerals.
I'd say as these thoughts pass through the Piper's head, that one of those bits of broken glass I picked up off the ground, the letters, numbers. BIC is just sort of scratched into one of the walls, and then below it, the numbers in plain numbers. The math is mathing out.
Wait, you think it's like a designation? It's not a name? Is that what you mean, Piper?
Below the numbers, a smiley face is drawn with the broken glass.
Oh, good observation.
So does that mean there's 96 Vix, or he's the 96th iteration of whatever it is?
Shrug.
Yeah, I don't know.
96 copies of the same thing?
Or maybe the 96th experimentation.
Hmm.
We are
Oh,
now scratching into the wall a very poor approximation of a portrait of Vic, repeated as many times as this is just what the Piper's going to be doing until we move on.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ambrosia's just gonna make her way up the stairs. She's looking for tomes or anything that he might have had, in regards to his experiments and to this abomination he was talking about.
Yeah, that looks about right. Yep.
Oh my god.
You head back to the empty hall you entered into and are able to use the only other doorway and staircase inside, ascending back up to the meadow grounds, into the open night, a short walk up and through a trapdoor. You find yourselves back up in the meadow, the town of Abingdon, a short walk away in theory, but blocked by the large, deep River Thames. Fortunately, though, you are able to find your way back to where you parked, and if you so wish, are able to begin your drive back to town.
Oh, so we didn't find
Drive.
another room?
No.
Oh, yeah.
And as you
We still have
drive
the
through the
Porsche.
night... Yeah?
We still have the Porsche in the van, right?
Yep. As you drive, probably in separate cars, not really much of a problem. Is there anything you'd like to talk about?
I think Ambrosia would probably be pretty quiet right now. So she's processing.
So I will have. I'm assuming Day is or not Day. The Piper
The
is
Piper.
probably driving the Porsche.
For a given value of driving.
So if she lets me, I will try to push Octavia and myself into the passenger seat of the Porsche.
Oh, I
Yeah.
would probably just naturally be inclined to inspect the Porsche, even because, like, I am really not used to these vehicles at all. Like, I'm
By the way, we called it
"Ooh,
a Ferdy, after the inventor of
Ferdy.
Porsche.
Oh. What?
Technically, we
Just
can
call
call
it a
it
Porsche.
Porsche. We could,
Where
because
are
Porsche
the
isn't actually the name.
horses?
Porsche is the name.
Exactly. It's a Porsche. It's like Porch, but with an S.
Yeah. And only psychopaths actually say it correctly.
Pretentious. I mean, you're right for inspecting it because this is a very unique car.
Where are the horses?
Yo, how
I'll
long
pop
were
the
you
hood.
asleep?
There.
I
I will say the bird masked figure kind of turns to Octavia and just nods, gesturing at the car.
well, you see, these,
Horsepower, baby.
yeah, they have the horses inside now. They go by horsepower.
I did see a few vehicles, but they were definitely not like this before. Mainly. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I will have to get used to this. Yeah. What? How does it work? What do I go? What do I do?
No worries, I got you, sis. And I just kind of push her into the passenger seat.
Yeah, the Piper shrugs, getting into the driver's seat.
This is gonna be fun.
Rest of us pile in the van.
Yep. Where are you all heading?
That's probably what FX would ask. As
Into a tree,
Richard
probably.
Ambrosia, yeah, piles in and be like, "Should we go back to Elysium? Let them know we're done. You guys
That
want me
would be
dropped
great.
off?"
Actually, I probably should introduce myself to the prince of this city.
Okay, yeah, maybe let's just all go to Elysium and then we can reevaluate from there.
That would
I mean,
be
if you want, we can stop by
perfectly
my place if
splendid.
you want to get cleaned up.
Actually, that is a great idea. It would be really dreadful for me to appear in this state in front of the prince.
Great. So you
Sympathetic
guys,
nod.
yeah, you guys take the Porsche, get her fixed up. We'll meet you at Elysium.
Perfect.
I don't know. It would. Are we doing a very 80s style montage with the Daughters of Cacophony?
Yes, montage.
Trying on all the
these different
outfits.
Yeah, yeah.
I show her how the keytar works.
Oh,
The
fuck.
Piper, just the bird skull mask, just nodding approvingly. Small little golf clap as each outfit is tried on.
A makeover montage.
Guitar fucking flashback. I was doing band practice once. We were like a black metal band, and this mate of mine, great, amazing guitarist, turns up with his guitar in one hand and a fucking guitar in the other, and we took the piss out of him because he's like, "Why did you bring a Fisher-Price toy to a metal practice? What the fuck is wrong with you?" He did not use that guitar. He tried. Did not. In Elysium. And you
No,
may...
you will have to tell me, Olina, what you dressed me as, because like all of this is very foreign to me. Like I have not. There weren't pants around really, like
I'll do it
So-
if you want.
I don't think that's a good idea. So, looking at your current outfit, I would go with a black lace Stevie Nicks type vibe.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, that sounds good.
Long black dress, kind of bohemian lacy.
Picturing,
Sorry.
two absolutely stunning people, and just again, bird skull mask, oversized patch, like hobo coat, like just.
The moment they get to
I'll
Elysium,
hand the Piper the keytar at some point.
Plonk, plonk, plonk.
No.
the moment we get to Elysium, Octavia. That's actually the name of one of my other characters. Ambrosia is going to send a missive to the regent and asking his presence at Elysium.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, the Elysium is... It's got a fair few people in it tonight. It's got the stage laid out in preparation for Alina, and of course the barman standing behind the bar in his usual stoic pose as he tends to the filled, perfectly placed out bar. You're able to find a seat, write up the request, and have it sent by the usual methods. Whatever those may be, I'm sure at some point we'll figure that out, but it'll be something cool, spooky, and supernatural.
And
Possibly.
then she's going to go to the bar and tell the bartender to give her something that's massively loaded.
Don't be drinking all my supply.
Oh, right. That's how we decide the barman, isn't it?
Wait, are you flipping a coin?
Yep. Ambrosia! Heads or tails?
Always tails.
The barman looks at you. Something loaded.
Mm-hmm.
A Bloody Mary.
Fine.
Bloody Mary. Man disappears for a moment, places a lovely crystal martini glass upon you. Now, I know it doesn't look like much, but Mary, she was a bloody alcoholic.
Good. And she's going to take it and she is going to down it. She's not sipping, she's downing it. She'll put it down. How many blood points do I get?
That's 4. And possibly drunk.
She's gonna ask for another because I'm low on blood.
Another is not free.
I don't
Jesus
care. That's
Christ.
fine.
Very well. It will cost another member of your coterie their drink.
I'm good. You can have it, Ambrosia. Guess you deserve it after tonight.
Filled up on rats.
Yeah, I am
you.
filled up on rats. Yeah.
Yeah, she can't.
I
bring
snacked
herself
on the
to
way
these rats.
That's what happens when you snack before dinner.
over. Exactly.
Yeah. So the second drink
pour you one.
she won't gulp. She'll sip, and yeah, she's gonna be feeling a little tipsy, and she will go and plop down in one of the chairs that her coterie usually, the table that they usually commandeer.
For the remainder of the scene, you will lower your dexterity and intelligence dice pools by 1 die. And you are tipsy drunk.
Mm-hmm.
I think
I
Apex
imagine
would
the
just sit and
three
wait,
of us
yeah.
would come last.
Yep.
I
As the 3 of you enter, Piper, you will see your friend, Hi-Fi, is sat on his own as usual.
would like to imagine that, like, as we enter, there's the moment of just offering an arm to Octavia, like old world gentleman escorting a lady fashion.
Oh yeah, I immediately like as naturally as it could be, like accept that gesture.
And we just escort our new friend in, and nod greeting to my good friend and to the bartender and anybody else we recognize here.
Bartender. He's just standing there. I suppose something is in order for the new arrivals. Olena.
I do a very cautious like bow, like thinking that he was talking about me.
Olena, the stage is open, of course, for you.
Can I get my usual, the little spicy?
Of course, it would be a pleasure. And he'll make this grand show, gesturing out. You'll notice that even this time, something a bit more special has happened. The lights go out in Elysium, and 2 spotlights are on the bartender's hands as he mixes your drink, and the spotlight watches, following the drink, as it slides across the bar and into Olena's hand. You take your first sip, and the entire Elysium stands and rings out with applause.
So good.
Does it have an
Olivia
umbrella?
is absolutely mesmerized. First of all, like, what are those lights? Where the fuck are they coming from? What is happening actually? Like, I'm bug-eyed, like, with the slightest, like, mouth open, just following with my eyes, like, crazed. Like, what the, like, you can tell that I'm, like, genuinely confused, maybe a bit overwhelmed. Like, yeah.
Once the bartender's attention is no longer taken up with this show, there is a little wave for attention and gesture at Octavia with the questioning tilt of the head.
Yeah,
I
Octavia, what
tilt-
flavor do you like?
I tilt my head, mimicking the Piper. What flavor of what?
Mime's drinking.
Blood, girly. I shout from across the bar.
Oh,
The O negative is usually quite nice here.
sure, I'll take the recommended
The O negative?
drink.
Ah, very special this week. It's from my girlfriend's girlfriend.
What?
I'm glad that some people got that reference.
The Piper looks to Octavia and gives a sympathetic shrug, just as lost.
He pours out the glass and places it directly in front of you and says, "Everyone I love is dead."
I can relate to that.
All serious.
Very serious. I'm like very serious, actually. Yeah, extremely.
Yeah, the Piper looks around at all of the other dead people in the room, nodding, like, yeah, that makes sense.
Richard would point to Alina and say to the bartender, that light show drink looked really good. Can I have one?
He might not want the spicy part.
That's a key essential ingredient. The drink request has been made. It is my job, my responsibility, nay, my imperative in unlife to make this drink request and fulfill it. Nothing will prevent this. That is my purpose in unlife.
Okay, you can have some mine, Richard.
The sound of laughter filters through the kazoo mask.
Now I'm
He'll
curious.
start mixing up. You don't get the big display. You know, you don't even get the special glass. But he does make it very
mine's a
carefully,
tiki
very
glass.
lovingly. Exactly. And he just places this very nice cocktail crystal in front of you. Enjoy.
He needs an umbrella.
Ah. He'll reach under the bar, get out a full-sized umbrella, open it, and pass it over the bar to you.
Richard
No,
would tip his fedora and twirl the umbrella while he drinks.
For the remainder of the scene, do you have celerity?
I do not.
Okay.
The spicy
Your
is
difficulty
cocaine,
to
by the
resist
way.
or control frenzy are increased by 1.
Okay.
And you're going to be moving your jaw and talking fast and quickly.
And how many blood points?
4.
Okay.
Everyone that took 4. Everyone that took Vitae has 4 for a human. What are you all doing?
I'm finishing up my drink and giggling. Just giggling at Richard.
What is my drink doing anything to me, or is it normal? Like, is it fine? Like, what?
Which one did you have?
Oh, no.
Oh, you had the bean.
Oh,
Oh, yeah,
negative,
bean. No,
yeah.
that's not laced with anything.
Okay,
So
okay,
that's just
perfect.
full hung. Yeah, yeah.
I'm still kind of latched on to the Piper just because, like, you know, they offered, to accompany me silently, but I understood the gesture. So I'll probably just be like, what is, like, and I would just be pointing out things that, you know, I would have never seen, having been asleep for the last 100 years. So
Yeah, the answers you get from the Piper at least are entirely gesture and or kazoo noise.
okay.
So, sometimes helpful gestures, but that's yeah.
I will go to the stage and start singing Bad Medicine.
Oh, as soon as
If you want to roll for
the
that,
music.
you don't have to. That is going to be an
No,
automatic
I mean,
success, but you
it's-
can roll if you want more successes or the risk.
No,
of course, of
this
botches.
is just what I do in Elysium. So
Yeah. Of course, the moment that you glide onto the stage, there's an atmosphere in Elysium of silence. All eyes are upon you. Your performance is as immaculate and perfect as ever. The entire audience is enraptured, and you get another standing ovation as you finish. Of course, as always, people don't know if that was the effect of your undead blood or your own talent, but people don't seem to care, and you certainly don't either. I'm so sorry to interrupt you.
Oh, it's okay. I was just gonna say that, like, as soon as music and song starts, I will be like in front of wherever Olina is singing, paying very much attention. This is a completely different genre from what she, was used to.
Mhm.
Very far from what she was trained as.
Richard would be sprinting between the different coterie members, including Octavia, and he would be saying, "Doesn't she have the voice of the angel? Isn't Alina the most beautiful singer you've ever heard? I mean, just listen to that voice. Listen to that performance. I've never heard such a good performance in my entire undead life." And just like he's just kind of tweaking out as he's like sprinting between his friends, trying to communicate to all of them at the same time when they're in different places.
Yeah, in
Shake it
the
up, just like bad
yeah.
medicine.
once Octavia is situated with the music, the Piper's gonna go wander over to my tic-tac-toe buddy Hi-Fi over there.
Mm-hmm.
Just
Hi-Fi's.
wave.
He's sat back. He's got his thick sunglasses on, and you wave at him, and he's just like,
Nod, waves more.
"Oh." He gestures. He doesn't know why he's not speaking, but the Piper doesn't speak. So for some reason, he feels like he can't speak in return. So he is just like gesturing to this seat. He's probably humming, trying, because he doesn't have a kazoo. He's like, mm-hmm.
Nod. Piper just sits down as though this were the most natural thing in the world. The mask shifted in that slight way that suggests the face beneath is grinning.
Piper. That's you, isn't it?
Shrug.
It's not you. Where's the rest of your coterie? I'd love to meet them.
Turns around, point.
Of course, you're in a coterie with Alina. I would dearly love to say hello. Do you think you could make that happen, please?
Shrug. Turns around, kind of waves to see about catching Alina's eye.
Oh, wait, back. Sing in their general direction.
And he'll just stand up instantly. Hey, Alina! Do you want to come and join us?
That's where we turn and
I'll
give
keep
him a
singing,
look
but I'll
like,
blow him a kiss.
Does that mean she's gonna come? I have
Shrug.
information for her.
That beaked face turns with renewed interest.
Grab her,
After I
her
get
out
off
of
the
it.
stage, I would start, going to visit everyone. So I would end up making my way over there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Once you're off the stage, you will be waved over by the Piper.
You are Alina. You are Alina. Wait.
I'm Richard.
How many fingers am I holding up?
Just one.
Guess I'm not dreaming then. You really are the Alina. Alina that everyone knows and talks about, except they don't, do they?
No, not
You
really.
notice?
I'll hold up my hand. And who do I have the pleasure?
Hi-fi.
Oh. And as soon as he says that, I'll switch my hand into being a high five for him to.
And he'll just like move it, and it's like shaking your hand in midair. Oh,
Okay,
ow, ow. Okay, I can see why people forget you now.
I'm Richard.
Hello, Richard.
Ran over. I'm Richard.
Kazoo noises are being made as the gestures of an introduction. The motions of an introduction are being gone through, even if it's entirely incomprehensible.
I've been told I'm forgettable, but it's not true. I mean, just look at this fedora. Obviously, I'm memorable.
Reaches over to pat him on the head, but steal the hat also.
But all of Alina's tuning are being forgotten. And I think I know why.
Leans forward with interest.
I'll actually sit down at the table with that. What do you mean?
And he'll lean in like, do you hear it? Do any of you hear it? Perhaps it's too subtle at first, or maybe not all of you are so sensitive to such minuscule changes?
I'll sit and listen.
These nights, Gehenna is becoming more and more thought about. Is this part of it? When we are the things that go bump in the night, what becomes supernatural to us? Something has changed. Where once there was harmony, now is not. It's a small change. Just a step. But such changes ripple out like a stone dropping in the water. Who knows how things will change?
This is where the penny whistle is pulled from a sleeve. A few notes are played, but one of them is discordant.
I see you all standing in the center of a wave. You're alone, safe in a place that was a den of danger. Between a place of horseless carriages and the final resting place of those that lived. A spring in your step to get there. It's there you should be, or already have been.
Okay, so it was great to meet you.
And so where have you been? What have you been doing? Where is everything?
While he was talking, I would have been listening to see if I can hear any other noise or sound or anything above the music that is constantly playing in my head.
You do not, but Octavia, were you there with this conversation?
Yeah, I would be following.
You hear this.
Oh, the Piper. Yeah.
You hear what he is talking about for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Wait, you hear this?
I didn't say anything.
Richard.
I was just listening. I mean, I guess like I'm not. Yeah, I wouldn't have.
You wouldn't have said yeah.
I wouldn't have said anything.
When he's talking about asking us if we can hear it, Richard would try to listen with his heightened senses.
Yeah, you're not gonna hear it, of
I
course.
think.
No, I know what you're doing. I know what you're doing. Yeah.
Is this what is it? High five? Is
Hi-Fi,
that
yeah.
his name? Hi-Fi.
Yeah.
Hi-Fi. I would just, once he's done talking and asking how everything is, I would just hand, my hand forward and be like, "It is my pleasure. I am Octavia. I guess I've been here for a while, but incapacitated. I'm now actually formally here."
Forgive my manners. He'll stand up immediately. He'll take one hand behind his back, take your hand in his other hand, and kiss it gently.
Yeah, I will do all
Charles.
the curtsy and stuff.
Charles Warrington III. A pleasure to make your acquaintance, madam.
Oh, it is lovely to meet you. I am Octavia.
Wonderful. Wonderful. It's so nice to meet someone civilized in these nights.
And on chest turns to look rather like the body language of offended.
I found everybody to be quite civilized. It is definitely quite different from what I remember, but still perfectly all right.
You've not been awake long, have you?
No.
Ah, I see. That'll change.
Hmm.
But who are you then? What is your name? Where are you from? What clan are you? Where you make haven?
Those are
I start
wonderful
pulling her away.
questions.
We need to meet the rest of the people.
Oh, yeah. Well, Charles, thank you so much for
Please,
your
call me
courtesy
Hi-Fi.
and- Oh, Hi-Fi. Okay. Well, you can call me Octavia. But yeah, I will see you. And have a good night. And I'll just
Good
follow
evening to you,
Alina.
ma'am.
Was he not alright?
He's asking things that you should not give answers to.
Oh, I
Not
wouldn't have any answers, to be honest. Well, for most of the questions anyway, technically. So, it wouldn't really matter. I wasn't going
when
to
people
give
start
any...
asking those questions, not cool.
But wouldn't that be rude?
To ask that sort of question? Certainly, definitely.
No, to just leave.
Well, he was being rude by asking.
But it is a question, and a gentleman asked you, so why wouldn't you answer before you leave?
Because it was rude to ask. It's like asking a lady for her weight.
Well, then a lady, hides a gorgeous smile and says, I'd rather not disclose that. And perhaps then after you could leave after, like thinking and going. Or is it not that way anymore?
In certain places, yeah, sure. But here, especially, it can be a little dangerous to stick around people who ask too many questions. Sometimes a non-answer is still an answer.
Hmm.
In the background, a napkin is being retrieved, a piece of chalk or whatever from the pocket. We're going to play tic-tac-toe again.
Okay.
And I'd probably head over to Ambrosia during this to start walking that direction.
I will just have to learn. I'll observe and try to understand better.
You didn't do
feel
anything
quite-
wrong.
Okay.
He did.
Well,
Yeah, Ambrosia is drunk. So when you approach, she's just gonna have a big grin from one side of her face to the other. Olena! It's so good to see you again. How are you?
Been here the whole time.
Oh, that's right, you were singing. Good job, by the way.
Didn't you have a friend here?
Do I have a friend? I have lots of friends. Which one are you?
I thought you were meeting someone here.
I thought we were here
So?
just to say job's done. Just we killed Gemini, we stopped the doll production. It's like job's complete, right?
Yeah, who gave us that job? Can't remember.
Oh yeah,
I know that's
we
what I was
should get
thinking. Who
paid,
gave
right?
it? Was it the Seneschal that gave us
The
job?
Regent.
The Regent.
You
Tremere
You
Regent, yeah.
killed my daddy, my vampire daddy.
I
No, but
don't
we
think we
didn't.
did.
Huh?
The Cloud of Shadows did.
Me? Me? I didn't kill anybody.
Somebody killed my vampire daddy.
The Cloud.
Ambrosia,
think
you
that
know
was
just
your-
as well as I, he had to die. That's why we were there. We talked about it. Just because you're feeling different now doesn't mean that we didn't do the right thing.
Vampire dead.
I'm not disputing, but he was my sire.
Your sire was killed by my old friend. Darkness.
Oh my god.
Your friend was there?
He's being metaphorical.
The darkness.
Oh. Oh, okay. Okay.
It silenced your
Another
sire.
sip. Yes, forever.
Have a talk with that bartender.
But Gray, yeah, we probably should inform the region first.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I sent him a message to meet us here. I almost
Oh, great.
forgot.
That's what I was thinking.
Do you know if he's coming?
I don't know. I haven't received a message back.
Great. I guess we'll
Not
just
like
hang
we have
out and see
cell
if he shows
phones.
up.
It's not like we have portable phones.
I don't got his number. Call him. Do you?
I don't have his number. I don't have a portable phone.
Good, I think we're at a loss here.
I mean, I think there's a payphone outside.
No, that would not make him happy. Mm-mm. I'm sure he'll
After
show
we're
up.
done here, though, we probably should stop by and see the prince.
Yeah.
Yes, that I do need to introduce myself. It is law after all.
How old are
I
you,
do not-
anyways? Why were you laying there with tubes sticking out of you?
Speaking of rude questions.
I mean, I have been around for a long time, but I was asleep for quite a while.
Defined a while.
What year was it when you went to bed?
About 100 years back.
Yeah, it's currently
Oh.
1988, by the way.
Yes, I was aware of the year. That's
Oh, he
more or
told you that.
less- Yes.
So you knew. Wait.
I'm
You
waiting.
knew Vampire Daddy before he poked you full of tubes?
Who exactly is? Are you?
Gemini.
I do not know what a daddy is.
That
Sire.
man that was killed in the shadow.
Oh,
Gemini was my
right.
sire.
No, no, I did not know him. I knew Lorvan.
Oh, Lorvan must be
Do
the
I know?
darkness.
Do I know Lorvan? Do we know Lorvan?
No.
I don't think I know Lorvan.
No,
Well-
we don't know Lorvan. Is Lorvan here? Where's he at?
I do not know. He was my original contact after awakening, and he was part of the London court where I was previously. We had known each other for a while, and he was one of the kindred who was awake or not completely lost to things, you know?
You know that Elizabeth is queen now.
No, I didn't get into the specifics of politics for. Are you? This is out of character. Are you talking about the sire, like
Queen Mary.
the?
Queen
Okay,
Elizabeth.
not the more mortal politics,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Yeah,
I
give Steve
didn't.
a-
I didn't get the time to dabble into the contemporary society and politics of nowadays. So
I'm trying to think
I
of
would
who
not-
was. It must have been her father.
Alright, I gotta
He
put
was
both down. The
king
boat down.
when you went to sleep.
out of character. I need to. I will confirm that, but you need to give me a second because I have no idea. But maybe our storyteller will know.
I don't think so.
Insert
Oh, wait,
historically
was it her-
appropriate name here.
Okay, Google.
Was Victoria
Who
still
was
on
king
the
of
throne?
England in 1988?
Oh, in 1988 it was Queen Elizabeth, but
Or
Yes.
1888.
Queen
sorry,
Victoria.
well, that'd
Queen
be
Victoria.
yeah, that'd be Queen
Queen
Victoria.
Victoria.
That's Victoria.
But
Okay.
I don't know if Queen Elizabeth was a child of Queen Victoria. I don't
No,
think she
it was Queen Victoria was her grandmother.
The monarch in my time, it was Queen Victoria.
She was a good monarch. I liked her. She was feisty and didn't take shit from anybody.
So we
I
need to
quite
find this
agree.
Lorvan dude.
Prince Albert
Oh yeah,
was the king consort.
that's right. Because his brother was too much of a pansy to take the crown. But anyway, was he the guy that we saw when we came out of the basement?
I have a feeling, yeah. Shadow
Is
guy.
there-
You could describe it to me, and I could see if that matches the person that I once knew.
Really pale, black and white pinstripe suit, had shadow tentacles. I know that.
Masambra.
Yeah. Is there more specific details? Like, did he have hair and stuff that I could recall?
Yeah? Like, neatly out of fashion, short,
Yeah.
black hair filled with brill cream, parted to one side like it was the 1930s.
Yeah. That, and then he was really creepy.
And it was cold in his presence.
Yes. Quite cold in his presence as well.
Did Lorvan had any of these like specifics when? Well, I mean, he was the one that I got in contact with and backstabbed me on my way here, so I would have seen him now.
Yeah.
Like, would that match like what I felt around him, or like how
Yeah.
he looked? Yeah.
Yeah. The only thing that's changed really is he's modernized his suit to be nearly 100
Right.
years old at this point.
Oh wow.
That's modern.
Does any of that ring a bell to you?
Yeah, it sounds quite like him.
In the
We need to
background,
find this
kazoo
dude.
sounds as a game of tic-tac-toe is either won or lost.
But back in the day, he was in the court of the Camarilla. So I
Yeah.
guess he
So
was.
it's Gemini.
He might have changed his.
You're winning.
Hey!
I'd
Masambra
assume, yeah.
Or of the sword.
Huh?
Probably
Sword?
few or Camarilla.
Oh yes, I am.
What about
Is
your
my regent
friend?
here yet?
What is
Gonna
it?
look
you
around.
said?
The atmosphere. Sorry, go on, Oscavian, get in there.
Oh, so you're with the Camarilla. Was your friend the darkness with the Camarilla as well, or was he with the
He was
Sabbat?
before I went to sleep. He was.
Oh,
He was Camarilla.
interesting.
I think he's
very
talking about that.
few
I don't think he's
Lasombras,
talking
yeah.
about Lorvan. No, I don't think. I think he means the actual darkness that killed Gemini.
I mean, they're not the same person.
Are they? Were they?
I'm.
Yeah.
No,
Probably.
the Vix turned into darkness, and that
No, I thought the
Oh.
Vix ran away.
The Vex legged it.
Yeah.
There was a black
Yeah,
mist
because of
that
me.
descended
Yeah.
upon the
there's a
body
black
of
mist.
Gemini.
Yeah, so probably. Yeah, okay, that probably was him now thinking about it. That's a good point, yeah.
I believe I got to know a more. How would I put it down? A more amiable version of Lorvan. I wouldn't know. I do know that he brought me there, but I was, indisposed for the majority of it. They were experimenting on me.
That's not very nice of them.
I don't quite remember much.
I bet the prince does not know that any of this is going on. And I
Yeah.
think she is it she? I can't remember. I think she's like
Yes.
Absolutely. I mean, I needed to introduce myself anyway, so
yeah, perfect.
Conveniently enough, the atmosphere in Elysium seems to hush, something that rarely happens, usually only when Alina is about to sing. All heads have turned to the entranceway to Elysium. By the way, Richard, take a willpower point. Standing in the archway is the elegant figure of Celesta, the Toreador Hound of Abingdon. Her large, permed hair, obviously freshly done at the start of the night, stands out in stark contrast to the fairly tight leggings and long shirt that clings to her body's outline. The Hound appears to be a fitness instructor, or perhaps a pop star. Richard, so-called child of Cain, make yourself known.
Richard would step forward and tip his fedora and bow. Greetings, sir.
Good boy. You have an appointment with the prince. It's time for your checkup.
good.
Let's go, now. Your coterie may join you.
Octavia was about to say something until the Hound said we could join, so I'm just tackling along, pretending I'm part of this coterie.
The moment she says, join, she just turns around, clicks her fingers, and walks up. You're following her, and she knows it.
Yeah, she'll finish her drink off and sloppily get up and.
Yeah, we gotta do it anyway.
Unless somebody gets the Piper, I'm not sure if I notice.
I would grab Piper, especially if he hung back. I'd make my way over and grip his shoulder and just be like, let's go.
In that case, the startled look up, the very polite nod, and offering a handshake. What's the word? Sportsman-like handshake to high five.
Wonderful games. Have an interesting night.
I'm gonna alter.
Nod, that hand gesture to convey to you as well.
Wait, what the fuck? How did I grab her?
Scuttle.
As you all wander off into the night, towards the prince's court, you can see something off in the distance, just very quickly coming to the fore, and realize it is the break, and we'll be right back.
Dun dun dun!
Oh.
All right.
We're live.
I want to know about this fucking ice cream, man. We're talking about food here. Yeah, I didn't even have. I didn't say I was ready. I haven't. Not even here mid-sentence in the middle of my blabbering bollocks.
Yeah, it wasn't even on purpose this time.
My bad.
Yeah.
I thought you were asking us if we were ready.
God.
This is a so delicious caramel bar.
bollocks.
I can't find my table of horrors mug though. I need to go look for it.
I drank
I
from
can't
mine
find
the
mine
other day.
either.
All right.
You need one.
Yes, Piper. Right. Also, hi, it's me, Jess. Where the hell are we? Okay.
Sorry.
The Hound.
Oh yeah,
The
we were
Hound
following the
escorts
hound.
you through the streets of Abingdon, making a fairly short walk from Elysium to the theatre the Prince uses for court at night. The January winter night is surprisingly mild. A respite from the snow brings a welcome change, and even a few of the kind are out on the streets, braving the slight chill in favour of a good night out. As you walk, is there anything you'd like to talk about?
I think Ambrosia would I will be kind of leaning on Alina for balance.
Once again, offered an arm to Octavia.
Oh, yeah, I'm looking at everything. Everything. Electricity? There's lamps in the fucking... What is that? What is that? What the fuck is that?
There will still
Obviously,
be
I wouldn't
some
be
bits
talking like this,
that are
you know, but yeah.
to you. Like the Victorian lights, there's a lot of still
Right.
Victorian architecture.
No, absolutely.
But it is mixed in with these horseless carriages, these huge pavements that couldn't possibly be used by any living human. These strange yellow lights, not the gas light that you're used to.
Everybody's wearing pants.
Yeah, people are wearing pants. They have weird hairstyles and makeup and fabrics.
You practically see their ankles.
You can see more than the ankles. I'm like,
oh yeah, I'm wearing fishnets and a mini skirt.
Yeah, you can tell that. Like, I'm like, I look at people like they're like, what?
This is a reminder.
Inquisitive, but also like
Alexa.
Confused and
Alexa, stop.
Generically overwhelmed. I am just like, I wouldn't even know how to explain it. I'm like being constantly overwhelmed by sounds, like
cars
make weird sounds. I'm like an overstimulated child right now.
You need some of these.
What?
It's headphones. And she goes to take them off to say, here, listen, and then you just need to get some.
And a fedora, too. Everyone says they're the coolest fashion accessory. And Richard will kind of like show off his fedora.
The hound is going to stop in her tracks, turn around and look at Richard with this look of...
I look at the hound, I look at Richard, like, up and down. Like,
Like, the hound, like, honestly, out of the two of them, in this day and age, Richard is going to look the most sensible one, because the hound looks like, Bonnie Tyler kind of thing. You know, she's got the big 80s hair, the tight polyester, like, outfit of a morning gym instructor, and she's looking at Richard, who's quite sensibly really dressed, but this fedora comment is like, you can't wear a fedora with a perm.
Everything is very interesting and very overwhelming, but in its due time, I will take everything in and settle.
Nod.
I still
Sort of
don't
comforting pat on the
understand
hand.
those things, and I point at the bulbs, and also those and the cars passing by.
Breezy shrug, dismissive wave of the other hand.
I look at where.
Well, between me and you, if your choice is a perm or a fedora, I would choose the fedora because you don't have to get a perm every night. Unless your hair comes pre-permed because you entered undeath like that, then I guess just no fedora then.
Oh, I'm very content with my hair. Thank you.
Yeah, your hair's very pretty. You should keep it that way.
Yeah.
Nod.
You've definitely got this total Stevie Nicks vibe. We could get you a top hat.
Top hats? Isn't that the fashion for the gentlemen?
Nod.
Women wear them now too.
Not anymore.
Wow, we really
She's wearing
did
the
a
hat
lot.
of
within
Of a
these last
news-
100 years.
Newsboy.
Basically, anymore, the women dress like men and the men dress like women.
Yeah.
This is
Oh.
the late 80s.
The Piper starts looking around, like looking for this anything that matches this description.
Yeah, there's bound to be some fashionable people out there on the street that, you know, you look at some of these people, you can appreciate the androgynous nature of the fashion, certainly from an aesthetic point of view as well. But also, this is just going through your mind, and you're like, man, it wasn't like this in my day.
Everyone has huge heads of hair.
You did mention
Huge
this
shoulder
Stevie
pads.
Nicks. Is she a sister as well?
Probably.
Oh.
Actually, yes. We're going to say yes. I'm going to make that canon. People would agree with
Right
me.
in. Yeah, I would
That is
agree.
perfectly splendid. Where is she from?
Oh, she's American
Arizona.
too.
Oh, all right. Are you?
She's from
oh,
Arizona.
Yeah. Oh. Hmm.
Well, I'm only kind of American. I'm Hawaiian.
Oh. Never been.
That wasn't America when you were around last, actually. It is now.
Probably. I did go to America for a few decades. But I was in New York.
Nowhere near as pretty as Hawaii.
And New York is not like it was when you were there. It's dreadful.
I believe nothing is really how it was when I was here last. I will remember that I shall not go to bed for that long anymore. It is
even
quite disconcerting.
England is not the same as it was when you went to bed.
Yeah. My brain is doing a lot of work.
Oh, I can't wait to take you to my club. She just kind of gets that ha 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 kind of smile on her face.
What is a club?
Oh, you'll love it.
People gather to listen to music and dance. Kind of like your
Oh my,
balls.
like a theater?
Kind of, yes. Yes.
What kind of music
say
do they
that
sing
we're-
there?
Oh, you'll know. You'll find out when I take you.
Are we going
I
to
will be
Okay.
performing.
we going to the theaters?
No, we're
Well, I
going to the
mean,
club.
we are because that's where the prince is at, but
This is true. We are going to a theater today.
Oh, that is quite splendid. I am very excited. I haven't been in a theater for so long. That was my
you're
scene.
going to love
ooh,
it.
we gotta go to the movie.
Yeah, I want to go see.
Oh,
What's that new movie
yeah.
that came out?
What is
Back to the Future?
What is a back? What?
So a movie, it's like a play, but it's like recorded. So you watch the perfect version of it
Period.
on a screen.
It's-
So imagine
it's
you're
moving
looking into like a
pictures.
mirror, but you can see the actors in the mirror.
It's
Say
moving
there's
pictures.
the bird skull mask turns to Octavia here, and the eyes behind it, the look in them can only be described as solidarity.
Yeah, I'm looking at like the Viper, like I don't understand.
Yeah, there's
I
just
guess
that
I will
small
have
shrug.
to see it. I will. It's another wonder of the modern days. Wow.
Yeah, and
Nod,
you'll be able
nod,
to
nod.
see me perform.
Ooh, I should take you to a bathroom. We have indoor plumbing now.
Like she's ever going to use it.
It's still cool.
Nod, nod, nod.
Yeah.
The water goes whoosh.
Nod,
Not
nod,
that
nod.
exciting.
How exciting.
The Piper,
Next thing you'll
there's a
be
moment.
showing-
There's
Next thing you'll be showing her feminine products.
there's a moment where the Piper's just fishing in a pocket and produces the small crystal orb that was the handle of the sink.
Mm-hmm.
Just showing
just
it
gonna
off as though it
say-
means anything.
I'm just going to have to say obligatory feminine products. Kitchens were a thing in the 1800s.
Oh my god.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Well, it was just different, just slightly different how it worked, but we didn't have built-in gas. So there's that. But kitchens were a thing for sure. But anyway, well, everything is very exciting, and yeah, I apologize in advance for having to ask a lot of questions.
Oh, you even missed the World Wars.
We got you, sis.
Yeah.
Didn't you?
Man, I wish I could have slept through that.
World
Ugh,
Wars.
same.
Yes.
Yeah.
The world went to war with Germany. Twice.
Oh,
It's
You
a
think
bit of
they would have learned the
an
first time.
oversimplification, but yeah.
how many times?
Twice.
Twice.
Twice?
Yeah.
2 World Wars and 1 World Cup.
We couldn't learn
Is
the
that
first
what they
time.
were fighting for? The World Cup?
No.
No.
Oh,
No, they were fighting for domination of Europe.
hmm.
Bathrooms are more fun. We'll do that instead.
Yeah.
Just
Agreed.
think, we could all be Germans right now.
Good thing we're not.
So I heard, right, when you go to the bathroom, there are these holes. I don't see what's so glorious about that.
Yeah, what's so glorious about it?
If I could roll my eyes,
We're not
anymore.
going into that type of bathroom.
I thought it was better that when we talk about World War fucking too.
True.
Touche.
Hey, I'm just catching her up on the times.
Yes. If you forgive me, I will be asking a lot of questions. I did just want to understand our modern society that I apparently missed. I missed 2 wars. And I'm just
Oh,
trying to
They've got
And
these...
you missed the Beatles.
Oh, I gotta play you the Beatles. You'll love it.
Oh, I hate insects.
Oh, good, you'll
No,
hate
it's
their
a band.
music too.
They've developed these weapons that basically set the sky on fire.
How is that possible?
Yeah, let's go back to talking about the Beatles.
It's like
I
take
don't
away
know
that
if I would
willpower.
quite like that. Actually, I do detest insects. I
Hey,
could never stand
Bulldog.
them. What? Oh, what?
I didn't hear what you said.
Hey, Bulldog.
Frog?
Oh
Who let the dogs out?
no, bulldogs wouldn't have been a thing either.
Oh, what a weird little creature. Okay, well, what? The animals are different.
Nod,
What
nod, nod.
happened?
Shrug.
What happened? This is bonkers. This does not make any sense.
Nod, nod.
I love that English accent that only occasionally comes out.
Occasionally,
That's
yeah.
bonkers.
I am
My English accent sucks.
So
What the
does
hell?
mine.
very overwhelmed. I will have to think about a lot of things and
Once again,
Brandy
there's a
says-
silent, sympathetic pat on the hand from the Piper.
I am going to just look straight at you, Piper, and be like, "Are you mute?"
Shrug.
I heard them talk once.
Pepper is Pepper.
Nod, nod, nod.
That's okay.
Piper just understands that
Nice.
words are valuable and not to be wasted.
Exactly.
And there's infinite
There's always
power in a
quite
slide
steep.
whistle.
There's the mask shifts in such a way as to suggest a grin, and if you're paying attention, you might catch a wink.
You know, there is a lot of theater that does not need any words, so.
Broad gesture, nod, nod, nod.
Speaking of theater, where the hell is this thing? It seems like we've been walking miles.
Been stood outside it for the past 5 minutes. I didn't want to interrupt your conversation.
Oh. Okay.
How old is this theater?
Hey, older than you. I can tell you that.
Okay. So I would
I
have seen this
think
before.
Probably.
Have you been to
think
Abington before?
It's 10th century.
Yeah.
I think.
Maybe once, probably to sing.
She might give you
But
a run
it
for your
depends.
money, Alina, at the Elysium.
Oh, I don't think we would
She's-
be like I can't sing like I probably could, but I was trained in a very different manner.
We're sisters. The more the merrier.
You could do a duet.
Yeah, I'd be down.
I'm so excited.
No, you're not.
Come on. So I'm so excited, sisters.
I'm so excited. Yeah.
Oh, see, thank you.
What
I
what
don't know,
sort
I
of
keep thinking of Olivia Newton-John when I look at you.
singing have you been trained in, Octavia?
Opera.
Opera?
Mhm.
What's
Oh,
Yes.
I have to play you some Queen.
Queen? The Queen has been singing?
Yes,
No, it's
No.
very
another
much
band.
so.
Different kind of queen.
Oh,
Don't tell her that.
he's got a great voice.
can't wait to hear it. What were you saying, Richard?
Oh, when they were talking about listening to the Queen, I just said the lead singer, he's got a great voice.
Oh. Yes, but opera. I fell in love with music since I was a little kid, and I performed until I went to sleep.
You're a fusion duet. Lena, what would you consider your favorite genre to sing?
Oh, I'm a rock and roller, definitely.
I feel like there's a lot of synergy between rock and roll and opera.
There is, again, Queen.
I would love to listen to this Queen singing. Sounds
Wait till
very
you hear Bohemian
entertaining.
Rhapsody.
No. Is that a title of an opera?
That's all.
An air? Oh, a song. Oh, okay.
Does anyone have it on
Very
cassette we
nice.
could play in the car?
I can do back at my heaven.
Oh, okay, maybe later
Gestures of the
tonight.
theater we're still standing outside of.
Let's go to the theater.
I love that the who was it? The Hound is also there, like not doing much.
The Hound's just looking at her watch and she's like, who wants to live forever?
It's
Oh,
at
Yes.
this time,
I'm ready.
Olivia. I keep saying Olivia. Good grief. Ambrosia
Was
is
my
going to
last
burn
character.
some blood to burn the alcohol out of her system before going in and seeing the prince.
Yep.
So she will.
I think
sober up
Highlander is
instantly.
out. No
Yeah,
problem.
I think Highlander's out by now. There can only be one.
You come to the darkened theatre, the streetlight abruptly ending some distance away from the ancient cobblestone building that even has a small square turret built into it, upon which a crow is perched and flicking its head to and fro in search of food. Celesta guides you into the theatre's main and only stage area, guiding you through the maze of seats to a side door at the back and raised. She knocks once, holds the door open for Richard to enter, and is poised to close it as you cross the threshold.
Richard enters.
So are we following Richard inside or are we waiting outside?
You will be blocked entry.
Okay.
And, Hound will just literally close the door as soon as he walks through and stands there. And she just says, Doctor-patient confidentiality, only next of kindred are allowed in.
Next of kindred? What do you mean?
It's a term the prince likes to use in place of next of kin.
Someone
Small
in
clap.
Richard's family has passed.
Whoever the kindred considers his own family.
Oh.
Hey, Richard, are we your family?
Dreadful. Probably a good thing that the prince loves you.
I love the fact that that is actually his response. The Hound is just going to be looking at you, kind of like, did you expect something?
We do need to see the prince, though.
Very well.
If it's
As
if
soon
it
as her
is
meeting is
possible,
finished.
yeah, I really I would
Of
like to
course.
introduce myself.
That is probably for the best.
I am aware. Thank you very much.
I'm gonna hum
Do
elevator
we-
music. Some Kenny
Do
G.
we have to
Jeopardy's going through my head.
is there a waiting room or something, like a little like boudoir or what's whatever you call it nowadays?
You're looking at the
It is not
entire
proper.
seating area.
Oh, I didn't understand. I'm sorry. I didn't know that there were seats here. I'm sorry. I must
No,
have
that's
been-
fair. That's fair. It is, to
Well,
be
I
fair,
will
it's not
sit
out of
very
character. It's
properly.
you are being asked to sit in the seating area. And to you, first of all, just being plonked in any old seat. Excuse me? What? Because
Yeah, I'm like,
you know,
I don't
front row would
understand.
be- yeah. So that's totally fine.
In that case, we shall guide Octavia very politely over to one of the seats and sort of gesture to it. Very much
I
presenting the lady
curtsy
a place,
before I
place to
sit.
rest.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'll sit next to her, but bisexual style. One leg up over the thing.
Well, you can say that the Piper, there's a slight bow and a gesture towards Octavia as though asking permission to sit beside.
Oh yeah. I gesture back
And we sit as well.
and
I knew
nod.
the Piper was such a gentleman.
Is that what it's called, sitting like that?
What, bisexual style?
Yeah.
There is a joke that bisexuals can't sit. I'll find the meme.
I know them. Yep.
I sit like
That's
that, and I feel like
hilarious.
I'm being called out and limited to my choices
Yes, I
between
know,
two
me too.
genders
It's
here.
like-
Like, whoa, hang on.
Like,
I mean,
you've been up in
this
my,
is
you've
the
been up
back
in
of
my
my
business.
chair.
The prince's office is fairly large, given the almost clandestine nature of its location. Large bookshelves filled with leather-bound tomes and actual-sized human heads with segmented lines. They're made of porcelain, and areas labelled various emotions and types fill the space. Directly in front of you is a chair. Teach me, won't it? Directly in front of you is a chaise lounge, a large, comfortably empty chair adjacent. And adjacent. My God, I was fucking high when I wrote this, wasn't I? There's no grammar. It's like, ugh. A large, comfortable, empty chair adjacent it, and behind it, sat at a grand wooden desk, is the prince. She stands as you enter. Her expensive charcoal grey suit, jacket and tie is all you can see at first. But as she stands, She reveals her knee-length tie-dye skirt with rainbow-striped tights and unlaced army boots. She strides out from behind her desk and stands in front of you. Richard.
Richard
Wonderful to see you. Yeah.
Richard would bow. My prince?
Wonderful to see you. Please, take a seat. She gestures to the chaise longue to your side as she places herself in a large chair, crosses her legs, and takes a notepad and pen from her desk.
Richard would sit.
Now, for the duration of this session, I don't want you to think of me just as your prince, but also as your doctor, and as such, you have full patient-doctor confidentiality.
Yes, of course, Dr. Prince.
Good. Now, please express yourself sincerely when I say I would like to talk about you, Richard. How do you feel?
I feel normal. I feel like I have friends, and I want to fit in with my friends.
You want to fit in. Is that a need or a want?
Well, I want to fit in because I need to not stick out.
Why do you feel this need to not stick out, to be just this faceless member in a crowd? What's the driving force for that?
Well, you know that saying, the loose nail gets the hammer.
Does it?
Yeah, if
I have been waiting for the hammer to fall.
Yeah, if I stick out too much, I'll get hammered.
Waiting for the hammer to fall. Come on. Anyway.
Hammer fall.
No, waiting for the hammer to fall. It's a Queen song.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
It's alright. I've been under a lot of pressure.
Under pressure.
Thank you.
You can't see me bobbing my head
He's
as though
been
dancing
quoting
because I don't have a
Queen
camera, but
songs the entire time.
He's been doing that.
Yeah, waiting for the hammer to fall.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
We just let you have your fun.
So what have you been doing? Tell me everything.
We got accosted by these creepy dolls. We found where they were coming. Yeah, they're like made out of people and porcelain and stuff.
How did seeing that make you feel? Were you scared or intrigued?
Neither. I mean, if I have to choose one, maybe scared. I wasn't intrigued. I was just like, this is weird. These are creepy. More creeped out than scared, really.
Okay, very well. What else have you been doing? Have you had a bicycle race?
Was it a bicycle? That was a car race, right?
Very much so.
Yeah. I did race some cars. I think I did pretty well. I won.
Yes.
Yeah, I was driving a Ferrari. Oh wait, no, I was driving a I'm sorry, I wasn't. I was driving a Porsche. Well, Pasha, whatever you want to call them.
A Porsche. How did it make you feel? I've been trying to work that one in, Ms. Hart. I've been trying.
It was pretty exhilarating. Yeah, I had some friends with me in the car, getting attacked, but it was exhilarating.
Who were these friends with you?
The ones outside.
Which ones specifically?
Richard has an eidetic memory, but I guess it was.
Yeah, it was the Piper and I
Piper.
believe Alina.
Yeah,
Yeah, okay. Yeah, Piper.
because the Piper wouldn't leave the car, and Alina was shooting at things.
Yeah, we were crammed in the same seat, and Richard was invisible driving. Yep.
Yep.
So Alina was shooting things. Was she your killer queen?
I would say so, yeah.
Okay. What else have you been doing?
We went to the court of the Rose of Excess or something like that, and there was almost a breach, but we got things under control.
This cult, what did you call it?
Cult of Excess or so? Roses of Excess?
Roses of Excess. What was that all about? What was their shtick?
Like, seducing a whole bunch of mortals. I think they had like
How
a bunch
would they
of
do this?
drugs
Did they
and
have
orgies and stuff.
Did they have particularly attractive women? Fat-bottomed girls, maybe?
That's exactly what it was, yeah. Yeah, how'd you know? Have you been there?
I haven't. I've simply heard of these things.
Yeah, but it was definitely the fat bottom girls and lots of drugs. Yeah.
I see. I'd never heard of this cult operating. Was it in our own town here?
Where was it at again?
It was in the town, yeah.
Oh yeah, it was in the town, and like they had a lot of mortals, and then
So they couldn't have been here for long.
I suppose
You must have
not.
dealt with them in a flash.
We certainly did. It was it was like flash of steel, flash of lightning. We got rid of them. We tried to be diplomatic about it, but they tried. No, it just didn't work. And then we had to clean up the mess. You know, Masquerade and all.
Very good. And then what?
Found an interesting book that I read about some magic.
Book? Thaumaturgy, you see.
Yeah, I don't really understand it, but I read it.
Interesting. How did you acquire this tome that was forbidden?
Oh, the Rose Lady was under her bed. She had a bunch of toys under there.
I'm stalling trying to think of more Queen songs, to be quite honest with you.
She had a very...
You want help?
No. That takes the point away. Yes, keep going.
Her fashion sense was very bohemian.
That's just giving it to him.
That's just half a song as well.
Sorry. Yeah, I mean, if it wasn't for the rest of the coterie, she had Alina pretty swooned. She was promising to rock Alina's world.
You've been missing for some small amount of time. Your entire coterie. Where were you?
Oh yeah, that like the stuff that happened tonight, sort of, kind of. Yeah, we got like staked and imprisoned or something like that, and we woke up, and we were in a prison, and we walked out, and it was Ambrosia's sire, Jimma, and like a handful of dudes who all look the same.
Who was it that took you?
Did I see who took us?
We thought it was Gemini, but it might be Lorvan.
Oh, you know enough to say it's the Sabbat.
Oh yeah. I'm pretty sure they were the Sabbat. I mean, Gemini in particular was quite how do I want to say it? He was quite animated about how he used to be part of the Kindred, but he was rejected, but then he found acceptance amongst the Sabbat, and now he's not going to let anyone stop him now, and just telling it, yeah.
In my professional opinion, it sounds like Gemini is stone cold crazy.
I think you are correct. He was saying that like, don't stop me now, but he got stopped. He absolutely got stopped. It was a little anticlimactic though. Like, I feel like we were keeping ourselves alive and we were doing good. But this darkness just descended upon him and took him away like his old friend and just left a pile of ashes behind. You know, another one bites the dust.
So, do you consider your coterie your friends? Or are you alone? A person needs someone to say, "You're my best friend" to.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I don't quite think I'm ready to find somebody to love, but it is really good to have friends, for sure. It, you know, he'll tip his fedora. It really does make me feel like a cool cat having friends.
Very well. I believe this session will come to an end. I do not think I need to give you any treatment, and I do not wish to remain in a constant contact with you. I find when using technology like radio, it just sounds like gaga.
Very, very true. Very true.
Now, I believe one of your number is an Nosferatu, the Invisible Man.
Yes, FX. He certainly is an Nosferatu.
Though I am loath to do so, he and the rest of your coterie may enter.
Ayo, I'll let him know.
I'm out of Queen songs at this point. I can only think of Sepultura songs for some reason, and that's got nothing to do with Queen, apart from the fact that I think they covered one Queen song, and I don't even remember what the song was.
We Are the Champions, Princes of the Universe, and then I used I Want to Break Free earlier tonight.
Yeah,
Those
I
were the
couldn't
three
work
I
in
could
with
think of,
Princes
but-
of the Universe.
I thought of a place to work it in, but
Oh.
Yeah, and you could have said you had friends in low places.
I should have also said that Gemini was saying that he wants it all. Like, I want it all, and
he wants it now.
Yeah. Oh well. Oh well. So yeah, with that.
And we there was no one even considered trying to get We Will Rock You in there.
Yeah. Richard
Anyway,
will open the door and let everyone know the prince is ready for you all.
Once again, the arm is
Hey.
offered to Octavia.
You first, my dear, she says to Octavia.
I accept, and we'll latch on.
Yeah,
I'll
we're
follow
escorting our new
directly
friend in
behind
like
her.
a proper debutante.
I'm annoyingly hovering like an overprotective big sister.
Of course, we have to keep our coterie alive.
if it was Guns N' Roses songs, we could probably go through the whole discography.
We can switch gears.
No. No.
This
You all
bit has
enter
gone on
inside.
quite long enough.
Of the office.
It'd be
The
Paradise City.
interesting sight of the prince in stark contrasting clothing stands there expressionless. Good evening. Now,
My prince.
you have business with me, correct?
I
Yeah.
do. Prince, and I step forward and I do a very deep bow and very proper, and I'll rise very slowly, like being as respectful, probably way beyond what, it's really, really needed, but very, very proper, very, very 1800s aristocracy vibes.
Yep.
And
Yes, Empress is very, very amused.
after that, she'll introduce herself. Prince, I am Octavia Robinson, my sire from the court of London. My sire is Lady Anastasia Robinson. I just awakened not too long ago. Your coterie found me. They had taken me, these Sabbat had taken me just about a week after I awakened, and was sorting myself out. I was taking a boat down the Thames when it happened, and I reawakened once they found me, and now I'm here. So I just wanted to do the proper thing and abide by the law of the Camarilla and come and pay my respects to you and your territory and ask to be welcomed until I could possibly find my way into this very new and exciting world.
The prince is going to remain completely silent. Just stand up and walk over to you. She'll look you up and down. She'll glance from your head, your face, to one of her many labelled head busts around the room. And finally she'll say, "Stick out your tongue."
I obviously am visibly surprised, but I abide without saying anything.
She just pinches it very quickly, pulls it a little bit too much uncomfortably and looks over it. Gives it a sniff. Alina, you have competition.
No, I have a sister.
How does that make you feel?
Proud.
Yes? Will you be the big sister or the little sister?
I don't know yet.
Let's find out, shall we? Birds of a feather? She's yours. You may stay as long as warranted. Anything that you go wrong, anything you do wrong, Well, it wouldn't be fair to blame Alina. We'll just kill you outright. How does that sound? Fair?
I don't think much of that has changed, so of course.
Wonderful. Then you may stay in this town with the threat of death living over you every single night. Just like everybody else.
Indeed.
Correct.
Indeed.
That's a paradise
Very much
city.
so.
Yeah.
I used that already.
Well, someone's going to be estranged from this group. But we're not going to start doing that because we're not going to start beating a dead horse.
I appreciate your welcome, your warm welcome, and I will provide my talents and help as much as I can until I figure something out.
Now you step into my world. That was another one. Now, FX, Leech.
Yes, my
Clans are
prince.
hidden.
Yeah.
What were you doing around modern music? She'll turn her back to you. She'll start
Stickies.
picking up a pencil.
Not modern
no, modern
music.
music
It's stickies.
was the music store you snuck in around the back of.
Oh, okay.
And you
That's right,
found
that's right.
bits of people in there. And
Where I
she
got my
turns her back to
triangle.
you,
That was a while
and
ago. Yeah.
she picks up a pencil and starts playing with it as she talks.
We were following leads. We had reason to believe that our investigation was pertinent in visiting that location. Didn't amount to a whole lot. Ultimately wasn't correlated, but a very interesting murder site nonetheless.
Whose idea was it?
If I remember, I think it was mine.
Yes. And did you think to check whose domain it was?
I did not, my prince. My apologies. If I had overstepped, it was in ignorance.
Very well. You may all leave for now. Richard,
Wait,
a moment of your time. Yes.
I'm not sure if Richard told you about any of this, but the way Octavio was kidnapped is quite concerning.
Yeah.
Concerning for whom?
The city.
In what way?
So she was kidnapped by a member of, it seems like the Sabbat, named Lorvan, or deceived by him, who comes from London.
How many were there?
2 that we know of, plus some Vicks. Not like the vapor rub.
Hardly a concern. 2 Sabbatan minions. An
I
invasion
think
it
he's
is
a La
not.
Sombra.
Makes sense. He would be Sabbat. You did well bringing it to my attention. I will inform the sheriff, the constable.
The other thing about them, my prince, is that they seem to be clones, and if you hurt one, you hurt all of them.
Correct. Blood brothers.
And they
First
had
time.
Octavia laid up on a table, staked with tubes running in and out of her.
Is this something you wish to look into?
Very much so, because it had to do with my sire. He was the one who was. It seemed that he was experimenting on her.
I don't quite remember much from that time, but I do know that I was definitely
What is the state of your sire?
She is going to pull out the test tube and hold it up.
He's seen better days. Have you tried adding
This
water?
No.
Instant sire, just add water.
That's insane.
I was hoping, my prince. He offered me to join him, and I refused. I am hoping that this act tonight will prove to the tower that I am on their side and not that of my sire.
It certainly counts greatly in your favor. Ultimately, it comes down to your chantry, though.
Yes.
But it seems like a
that,
good start of a good reputation.
I know that he has stained us by his acts. But we will always support you, my prince.
Naturally. I will speak with the harpy and say you have pleased me.
Thank you, my lady. I appreciate it.
She puts the pencil down on the table.
Very polite bow, and she will step back.
Olina.
So before we rescued Octavia, Gemini, who might have been Gemini or might have been a clone, I'm still unsure, mentioned that the Children of the Moon and Daughters of Cacophony might be the ones hearing a sound, and he was doing experiments because of that. And it makes me wonder if that's linked to all of the daughters that are getting murdered.
She's going to grab her notepad and pencil. I see. Is these feelings of paranoia mounting inside of you, where do you see these enemies?
I don't see them, I hear them.
You hear them? Are these voices telling you to do things?
It's not voices, it's a song.
Oh, well, that's not very interesting. You lot always hear a song.
What is the song telling you?
You wouldn't understand.
Well, if this song changes, come and see me and maybe I can help you work through it or give you some treatment.
Okay.
Wonderful. Richard, a moment of your time. The prince stands and walks to a side door, opening it and gesturing for you all to leave.
Yeah, we'll leave.
Bow
In
very
fact,
politely before exiting, but yeah, no, we're out of here.
Yeah. I'm going to head back
Yeah, I
to
bow
Elysium and look for
as
my
well.
regent.
Richard,
Yes, my prince.
FX concerns me. I don't trust him. He's been asking around about Oxford. And cursed Oxford is always trying to interrupt my work. What was going on in modern music was my operation. It's very suspicious that FX took you there. Watch him.
That does seem quite suspicious. I also saw him on the,
I don't care.
Okay.
I'm so sorry, Nosgavian. I love you to bits.
I will, yes, my, prince, I will keep an eye on him.
Good. And she'll open the door. Stay in good health.
Yes, long live the prince.
Without hesitation, you step out into the crisp night air of Abingdon town. walking away from the prince's court, catching up with your coterie. You do catch sight, only a short walk outside the guild hall. Standing under an old stone archway is Killer. He takes a puff of his cigarette, allowing you to see the collar of his surplus army coat and the rim of his sunglasses.
Richard will walk up and do like a secret handshake.
He'll return it and he'll be like, "Saucy!
What's up?
How's it going? You said you wanted to talk?
Yeah.
What do you got for me? Doesn't matter what it is, things have been slow lately. Called Oxford Airport the other day. Their automated phone service was singing Tiptoe Through the Tulips for 2 days, man.
Yeah, I was just a little curious if you know anything about the ecstasy of the roses or roses of excess. Because I found a whistle in a cereal box, and that just like seems like your thing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you know, there was this new wave chick. She was a cult member, a sex cult member. What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
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 Pale face, vamped up, huge crowd around her. Had to stick out in some way. Said her name was Anesidora.
Anesidora. That's quite a fancy name.
Well, clubs in Oxford are like that, aren't they?
Well,
Give him that bombshell information and he's like, oh, I'm going to take that fucking name down and ignore the other bit.
I'm sorry, what was the other bit? I was typing with my ears closed.
He said clubs in Oxford are like that.
Oh, what other pubs are popping that I should check out?
I mean, I only went to that one because, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I'm not a clubby person.
Yeah. More of like a serial person. I gotcha.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Serial hacker person that apparently has a bit of a thing for new wave chicks
Yeah.
in sex cults.
Well, I hope you aren't too attached to Miss Dora.
What? Why?
She is exploring the afterlife.
That's weird, because I'll be seeing her at the club later tonight.
Really? Then we must
Yeah.
be talking about different people.
Same cult, different people.
Same cult, different people.
Cults have got a type, I guess.
Must.
That's what makes them uniform.
Yeah, one and the same.
That's why there's a cult of me, with just me as a member, because there's no one else like me, man.
Nobody can out-freak the serial killer.
Damn right. When you say it like that, it sounds really shit. I could crash the economy if I wanted, man. I could take all the half pennies in the world, right, and put that in my account, and no one would notice because they're half pennies. Who tracks it? And I'd be a millionaire.
I never track after.
Then I would probably fall in with the CEO of the company, who turns out is actually this evil bad guy, and my evil plans get foiled by, I don't know, it'd have to be someone out of this world. Anyway, prior to that, what are we doing?
Well, I was mostly just curious why the cult leader had one of those fancy whistles of yours. But
She wasn't the leader.
since Anesidora is alive, I realized that.
Yeah.
You
thought I would get in with a cult leader? Oh,
I think
I'm flattered.
I think the cult leader stole the whistle from Anesidora, so yours truly just.
If you can't
I-
trust a cult leader, who can you trust?
I know, but don't worry.
What's the world coming to?
Score is settled. We have avenged Anesidora's honor.
I thought you said squirt.
The cult leader is crispy. Was crispy. Whole place is burned.
Are you talking in codes to me, my man?
Hexadecimal.
I like pie. So, Spinning Tape of Horrors logo.
Pie is a lie.
Decimal.
FX, Ambrosia, the Piper, Octavia, Olena. What are you doing?
I'm looking for my regent.
Yeah, I'd be walking down the road, but like watching Richard, like, you coming? But not
Same
leaving
thing as
Octavia's
Elena.
side.
What?
Where are you heading then? If you're heading...
Oh
I
yeah,
think we're
where
just going
should
back
we
to
go
the-
now?
Yeah.
What
yeah,
time
I-
is it, by the way?
She left. Yeah, she left as soon as the prince excused them. She headed right straight for Elysium. She's looking for the regent.
Yep.
She didn't wait for yours.
I'm like
And
I'm arm to arm with the Piper as I have been the entire time. So I'm going where you're going. Like
Anyone got any
just-
appointments or anything we wish
Yeah.
to go to?
FX would, seeing as kind of like a little more casual, he'd be like, if I have a sec, I got a small errand to run. And he would just dismiss himself and make his way to Stratton Way.
Meet you
In
back at
regards.
Elysium.
Yeah, I'll see you there.
They're just sort of the
Is it-
Piper looking at everybody going off in their different directions, just
I mean, when I don't know where to go, I go to Elysium.
Sure.
shrug. It sounds as though we're meeting there. So the Piper just nods and offers the other arm to Olena.
But I already have one. Oh, leaving Octavia. So oh my god, I'm fucking stupid. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no,
How
no.
would that work?
Honest mistake.
Oh god.
I mean, we could just crab shuffle sideways, holding both hands.
We
but no,
could,
that's
that's
not
what I was
that's-
thinking originally, and I'm like, wait, what?
No, Octavia on one arm, Olena has been offered the other. Going to meet up with the others at Elysium, I hope.
I will
Me
probably
too.
not walk like normally, though. I'd be more like skipping since we're arm in arm.
I mean, yeah.
Fair enough. And of course, someone is heading to the regent. But first, don't let me forget you're heading to the Chantry. FX. That's not Stratton Way, that's Stratton's, you stupid blind old man.
God.
You walk through the quiet town centre. In the day, the shops are busy with people going to and fro, but at night the precinct is closed, shut like an abandoned town. You pass the library and head down the steep ramp and enter into the small, dark subway that runs under the busy main road of Stratton Way. You cautiously enter the tunnel. As the few sodium lights there are extinguish around you, you feel the air chill slightly as a voice rasps around you. Ah, my subject.
The one and only. Good to see you, Lord.
You can see me.
Figure of speech.
Primogen will do, by the way.
Yeah. I wanted to be fancy. But yes. What do you want?
Want to be fancy. You realize we're standing in the dark, under a main road, in a subway. I can literally smell the puddles of piss.
You should never sacrifice for style.
You know what? I like you.
I think I'm starting to like you too a little bit. Yet to be seen, though. But like what I said, what do you want?
There's one in your coterie. Dresses up like a private eye. Ironically, he's called Richard.
Yeah, Dick. He chuckles to himself. Yeah.
Been asking questions. Starting to put his fingers into business that doesn't concern him. He's drawn some attention. Know what he's after?
Frankly, I have no idea. He kind of, don't take this the wrong way, but he kind of strikes me as an idiot savant. It's like he's got a keen eye, but the dude seems to be scatterbrained. You should have seen him at Elysium tonight.
They're the worst ones. Could be an act, could be genuine.
Exactly.
Don't trust him.
Do you know what
Keep
clan
away.
he is? I can't pin him. He keeps saying he's clan of the cane. And it's, that's not helpful.
That's all he's ever said. Short of being able to get a sample of Vitae, that's all we can go on for now.
Alright. So what, you want me to keep tabs on him? Figure out what he wants?
Professional interest, nothing more. Low-hanging fruit, but could be something interesting.
Great. Cool. And if I do this for you, we're gonna, we're gonna work together, maybe not have so much a distance between the two of us.
Yeah,
I'm
sure, you can come sleep in my haven. We'll be big spoon, little spoon every night.
That's not the fuck what I mean, and you know that. I mean, can we exchange? Can we actually interact as proper Nosferatu?
You prove to me you can get the job done, maybe.
Puddle, puddle.
I'll keep an eye on him for you. Can I come back here if I have information, or do you want to reach out to me?
I'll reach out to you. I'll give you a little bit of time. If you haven't got anything interesting in that time, we'll wait a couple of centuries until we try and be friends again. How does that sound?
That's something I can live with. All right.
Good, you do well. We'll rub each other's dicks down here if that's what you want. I don't care.
Hey, it's lonely living this life. Maybe a little comfort wouldn't be amiss. And he turns and makes his way
You've
up.
got strange ideas. We ain't done yet. Now,
What?
Oxford.
Okay.
They're trying to come in. I don't know what this prince wants. Could change tomorrow, could change in half an hour.
Yeah.
God knows if she's even interested. Which way do you sit on the whole thing?
Between you and me, just brothers, I don't trust her at all. She strikes me as too flippant, back and forth, wishy-washy, whatever you want to call it. I don't like it. I'm used to princes that are a little more direct, but I get that's her strength. But it's kind of rubbed me the wrong way. I have to scrape and bow every time I'm around her.
You never know how to act around this one. Princes like that are unpredictable.
Exactly.
Bad for business.
100%.
Until they're good for business.
You have an idea?
Not yet. But speaking of business, the Piper. Interesting, that one. Tell me about it.
I like him. Reliable. Doesn't talk much, obviously. But I think he has his own agenda. And that I can work with. Obviously Camarillon, but he doesn't seem to hold that many strong ties. I think he's just floating on the winds, as it were.
Do you know where it's come from? Where it sleeps?
It sleeps in the sewers. I do know that. Our havens are actually nearby. but where it is, I have no idea. And aside from that, no, I know two things about Piper. They don't talk, and they like to play the kazoo. And that new flute they picked up.
Find out what you can. I want to know if that one can be a friend or foe.
Yeah, I'm leaning towards friend for now, but I can confirm and let you know.
Even more reason not to trust them.
I don't know. Something about this one strikes me as genuine, but I'm not sure why.
You need advice.
Do
First
I?
of all, Richard is cautious, paranoid even.
Oh, yeah.
You could use that. Feed his delusions, but divert that smoke towards the Piper. If Richard is focused on that one, he won't see us pulling strings in the background.
I agree. That's actually a good idea. We do have a bit of a kinship in our inquisitive natures. I think I could capitalize on that easily.
Good boy. This
Hey.
could prove to be fruitful.
Yeah, it could. And if it does, don't call me boy ever again. I don't know what I am, but I'm not a boy.
You look like a piece of shit that's been left out in the sun for 3 days. Don't get ahead of yourself. We all do.
Hey, at least that's more accurate than boy.
You'd prefer for me to describe you as an inside-out badger's arsehole that's been run over by a tractor.
He chuckles and he says, once again, not wrong. Anything else?
Go take that excuse of a car of yours and pick Richard up. He's near the prince's court. Offer him a ride. And a sweetie, maybe. The rest of you. The rest of your coterie are up in Elysium. Hook up with them there and get on with your night.
All right. Pleasure speaking with you. And he just makes his
You
way
don't get
out.
any response. Yeah.
Yeah, I figured.
You drive car back round and you'll be able to go and pick Richard up as you pull up to the side. Is there anything you would like to talk about en route?
I think, yeah. FX would just kind of do the hide in plain sight, just throw it out there. And if it's just me and Richard, he would just be all like, what do you think of the coterie?
I think we have a pretty great coterie. I mean, like, there's us, you know. We both are good at sneaking and scouting and finding information. We're like two peas in a pod.
We complement each other.
We really do. We really do. I don't care what anyone says about you. I mean, I think you're great.
Wait, are people saying things about me?
Well, no, not. I mean, just the usual. But yeah, no, they're not. Not our coterie.
Yeah, okay, great. Yeah. What do you think of the new arrival? Octavia, right? That was her name?
Yeah. She seems like a stranger in a strange land. I think that it is interesting. I get the impression that her and Alina have a connection.
Yeah. No, definitely. I'm interested to see how that turns out. And like what you said, Alina and Ambrosia, they got the music connection. But have you ever considered how Piper fits into all of this?
Oh, yeah, Piper's definitely the brains of the group. Guy is a genius.
don't get me wrong. Yeah, no, he's definitely capable, but it's like I don't know his clan. Why doesn't he talk? It's just he's enigmatic, you
He
know.
talks. You don't understand him?
No, at least maybe not
Oh.
the same way you do.
I
Most of
thought-
the time, I understand Piper. It's through his actual like physical interactions.
Yeah, no, I just get him. I thought everyone did.
Do you guys think you might share a kinship? Maybe he's a clan of Cain, like you are.
I don't know. I never asked him.
All right. Yeah, I think it'd be difficult for him to answer anyway.
Maybe.
Yeah. Either way, I just wanted to get your sense of the group.
Yeah, I mean, I think we are a fantastic coterie with a lot of skills, and we work well together. You know, there's us, two peas in a pod. There's Olena, Octavia, and Ambrosia. They're all really good at social things that I'm not good at. And then we have
me
Piper,
too.
who just is good at thinking.
Yeah. No, you're absolutely right. I think we have we got a stellar coterie.
Yeah. Fast friends.
Yeah,
Lots of trust.
definitely. Lots of trust. And I like to imagine I'm saying this as soon as I pull up to Elysium.
I love the fact that you said that out loud. I got a DM from a player commenting a similar thing, and I saw Ms. Hutz said in the chat, it's all like, very similar theme going on here. Meanwhile, though, once more, a spinning table of horrors logo to the Tremere Chantry. I would imagine, Ambrosia, you are not in the best of moods. Probably bursting through the reception area, not even paying attention to the kine that is there, and bursting straight up to the regent's office. Not even knocking?
Mm-mm. Nope. She is going to throw open those doors, walk straight up to his desk. Without even waiting for him to even say a word, she is going to slam down the test tube of the ashes. Not hard enough to break it, but to make a point. I want to know if that is him.
If that is who, you've just burst into my office, put a pile of dust on my desk, and you're assuming I should know who this is? This could be Cain himself.
Who have I been chasing since he left?
You killed him.
No. Not technically, no. But I did see him. And then these black wisp-like things attacked him and turned him into that. But I want to know if it's really him and not some kind of clone of him.
We can try and see if you're concerned. Is there a reason he should be duplicated?
Yes. Upon finding Gemini, my coterie and I were captured, thrown into a cell. I had to watch a Nosferatu eat 2 rats before I was able to decay the bars and get out. But when we got up to the upper level, there was Gemini with a sister, Canophany, on a table with tubes running out of her, doing some kind of test with her blood, which I will get to in a moment. But he had these Goonies. They all looked alike. And when you hurt one, the others felt the pain. I understand the concept of blood brothers, but they all looked alike and almost acted in unison. So I want to know if he has figured out how to clone Kindred.
It's a serious allegation. But then, as well, if he was, and fell in with the Sabbat, you have brought final death, and you will have corrected the balance, at least.
Well, he was, perhaps still is, part of the sword. He offered for me, almost begged me to join him. Of course, I refused.
That is
I'm hoping that
excellent.
this proves to the prince that I am not in cahoots with my sire, that I am on the side of the tower, and with you, of course, my darling.
Of course, of course, the actions of the sire should not reflect on the child. Just because your sire seems to have fallen in, or fell in, with the sword of Cain, does not mean that you should be judged unfairly, especially as you have potentially brought me the remains.
Do you know an Octavia? It was Richards, right?
Who? What? Where? Why?
What
When?
was Octavia's last name?
1 second. Robinson.
Robinson. I knew it was over than R. Do you know of a Octavia Robinson?
I've heard of a Mrs. Robinson.
Yeah, well, I knew that was coming. This one is also a sister of Cacophony. She was the one that was on the table that Alina pretty much rescued. She's been in torpor for about 100 years, so I wasn't sure if you would know about her.
I'm unfamiliar. Why would your sire be doing experiments upon a siren?
He said something about the children of the moon and the daughters are hearing a song. He was trying to figure out either what it was or why.
Are you sure he was of
Lena,
sound mind and
well,
not
Lena,
tainted by the sword?
well, Lena confirmed that she is hearing something. Also, there's something else that he mentioned. He mentioned an abomination that we have created.
Pay
A
no heed.
lupine. The lupine who has also become kindred. You know nothing
Pay
of
no
this.
heed. He discovered some old tome, what did he call it? An order or some such thing from Mithras himself, ordering the creation of an abomination by the Tremere Chantry of London, but that such a thing is completely unpredictable. You can't. Lupine go insane when they have been given a gift. They can't handle it. I'll say to him I'll say to you what I said to him. It's an impossible myth, a bedtime tale the children of the Tremere, the sires of Tremere, told their wayward children to keep them in line.
But there's always that 1% that they wouldn't go insane. So did we create that 1% as a weapon for the tower?
How could it be used as a weapon? That would be like trying to say you could control the detonation of a nuclear explosion. It simply
Well, we controlled
exists.
the gargoyles for centuries.
Gargoyles were our creation. They were something we made from reliable sorcery. Lupine are cursed creatures.
Yes, I seem to be running into quite a few of them lately.
Have you been venturing outside of the town's borders again?
Well, yes and no. I didn't go to Oxford. But during our investigation, we did come across one when we were looking into the dolls that I brought you. The place was being guarded, which I'm guessing it was a black spiral. Because why else
Indeed.
would I can't see if any of four-legged flea bags working with our kind.
My test results came.
No. The Black Spirals will be known to do mercenary work, usually with the Sword of Cain.
Well, I would definitely suspect that the dolls. It just reeked of Gemini's fingerprints.
Interesting. But I take it, with the termination of your sire, that these dolls are no longer going to be an issue regardless.
Well, I hope so. If he was the creator of them. But there was a La Sombra that was there. And you have to remind me of his name. I know it starts with an L.
Lorvan.
Okay, sorry, thank you. Lorvan. Do you know that name?
I do not. I do not associate with La Sombra. I like to be seen in public.
Well, yes, because normally they are of the sword. But Octavia said he was Camarilla at one time, at least when she was awake 100 years ago. He was the one who betrayed her and handed her to Gemini.
A double agent.
So, yes. So we do have that problem. I haven't. The prince didn't seem to be too concerned about the possibility of a double agent. She didn't seem concerned about much of anything. And I figured if I would have mentioned the abomination, she would have just patted me on the head and asked me how I felt about it. She's a weird one.
Or cast you out with your sire.
How did we end up with such a strange prince to begin with?
She took praxis from the previous one.
It should have been you.
I have no interest in ruling this town. It would take me away from my important studies, and besides, I'd rather make sure that the Tremere here are looked after, capable, than take the responsibility of the entire town's kindred.
Yes, but as prince, you could confirm that we would be taken care of.
We're not hard done by. There's more of us than most of the clans in the town.
True. They'd be foolish to come up against us.
They would. And we have provided so many sources and uses over the years of being here and being loyal to the Camarilla and the court. It serves us better to be in a position to ask for favors rather than to be in a position to ask of favors.
That's why everyone looks down upon us.
Not everyone. Only those that fear the unknown. They're simply jealous of our capabilities.
Do you know that my coterie actually thought you were behind the dolls?
Would that I would be so skilled in such an artisan job.
Well, I knew you wouldn't be so mad as to even attempt it.
One cannot say fully one way or the other without knowing the entire situation. Perhaps there could be a use for these creatures.
what have you found out about the creatures? Have you found out anything
Alas,
about the doll I gave you?
alas, I have been unable to decipher its mechanism. It is not of Sabbat design, though, nor is it of anything known within the regular pillars, we'll say. I
And at that point,
suspect...
as he's talking, she's going to pull out the tome that she took and read and took notes. She won't tell him that. Do you think that this would have anything to do with them? And she's going to put the book right in front of him.
My copy! Where did you find it?
Well, a Nosferatu found it, and I took it from him. Found it at that cult's place.
That makes sense. So the Nosferatu stole it out from under me?
I don't know, not not the two that are in my coterie, but I wouldn't put it past them. But this leader of this cult, and I don't recall the name of it.
Roses of Excess.
That's right. Roses of Success. She had it. They found it in her quarters before we destroyed her. How she got it, I don't know. But I wouldn't put it past the Nosferatu. I'm sure they've been in our pantry many times.
Alas, yes. And this tome was taken from my personal collection. I did suspect it was Gemini, as it did go missing either soon after or at the same time he was banished.
Which could been. I mean, he could have been. I don't know how this Rose's person was associated with. And she was just about as mad as a thought.
Whatever is happening, it seems certain that Gemini has fallen in with the sword. I will see what we can find out from these ashes, if we can find out anything.
I will rest easy during the day knowing that I don't have to look over my shoulder, because he will see this as a complete betrayal.
It seems you no longer need to worry about living in his shadow any longer.
No, but I still don't want to be looking over my shoulder for a completely different reason. First, it was the tower. I kept waiting for that stake to go through my back. Now I have to worry about Gemini and his lackeys getting me.
Tis the way of being Tremere. If there weren't someone trying to stick a stake in our back, we'd be bored.
True. But I think I am getting the trust of my coterie. Was there anything that you wanted me to find out about any of them?
None of them have drawn my attention yet. But if there is something that you wish to bring to note, please, I would be all ears.
Well, the prince was quite upset at the fact that we violated her domain ignorantly. We were following evidence, or at least we thought it was evidence, to this record store, where it was quite. It was his suggestion that we go. And she seemed suspicious, upset.
The prince was producing her own experiment. I was providing assistance, in fact.
I see. So we ignorantly walked in to something that we shouldn't have.
No. Perhaps it wasn't quite so ignorant on the person that was leading the coterie inside.
He seems capable, and I do want to like him. But I'm having a hard time trusting.
I wouldn't trust someone whose face looks like a piece of fruit that's been left to thrown out in space after all the air has been blown out.
He's quite intelligent, which I find could be very useful for us.
As long as he thinks he's having his own ideas, of course.
You know I'm good at that. I can charm anybody. You've taught me well.
Well, they were currently in Elysium, from what I understand.
Yes,
Go
I
catch
probably
up
should.
with them.
Yes, don't want them to suspect anything. She will lean over the desk and plant a kiss upon his lips. And she will excuse herself and head back to Elysium.
Spinning Table of Horrors logo. To the Elysium. Once more, the coterie united, sat together. What are you all talking about?
I
Oh,
am
that's-
trying to convince Octavia to get on stage.
Oh, give her a break. She just
If
came out
you
of a
no, if
horrible
you
ordeal.
asked, I would have gone. Like, you wouldn't have to like have convinced me much, to be honest. But you have to explain to me what the fuck is that thing that like you were singing into and that amplified your voice, like, because that is magic. That is
It's a microphone, and it is your best friend.
I examine it thoroughly, and I am quite freaked out, and I'm like, I believe this would be, I think, too much.
Good
After
point.
all,
Don't break the glasses. That pisses off the bartender.
yes, I would rather not do that. Yeah, I mean, I sang in theaters bigger than this room, so it should be quite fine.
Go for it, and I'll go sit down.
Yeah, I would probably like, I have a list.
I mean, no matter what opera you sang, no one would know it.
That's very true.
Barbara of Seville?
I don't know,
Everyone
is
knows
that
Barbara
like...
of Seville. I'd love to hear Fenice sing that. I think we all would.
No, I don't do opera. Like, I wish I did, but like, that's not in my repertoire.
I just gotta. Okay. Nikolai says, sing that song that was bopping in 1869.
1860. Let's see what is.
Oh,
out
we're gonna
in
party like
69.
it's 1869.
There's a Wagner opera that came out in 1869. I guess. Like, I don't know.
Sing it, girl.
You gotta bring
No, I
opera
don't. I
back.
have no idea. Bach. I mean, yeah, that's. I don't know if
God's sake.
Bach.
Jesus Christ.
You're
a
just
lot,
mad you didn't come up with that first.
A lot of composers were actually really poor. I think it was to do with the music. They were just Baroque.
Shut up. Oh my god. That was a good one.
Thank you. I'll try to conduct myself better.
Yeah, we can do that. But
Would you like to
either way,
roll
like,
for
I'll
that?
roll. Yeah, I would love to roll. Why not?
Yep. Because you run the risk of getting a failure, whereas I can just give you an automatic success for free. But you could just get a very nice success.
Hey, failing would be fun just because like it would make sense. Like this is the first time I sing in like a long time. So
Oh,
it
yeah.
doesn't.
I'm hoping for the fail, I'm not gonna lie.
An opera singer who doesn't know what a mic is.
Well, Sharon
What
decided
is-
not to use the microphone.
I did. I decided to not use the microphone. I just put it aside.
Probably for the best. You'd blow out those speakers.
Yeah, no, it's different. Different types of singing, and opera doesn't have microphones. It's just you just project.
You project. You project.
No,
Yes.
but I love the idea of like Pavarotti walking around with the Britney mic.
That would be great.
Headset.
In regular theaters that are obviously like also created to reflect right the sound and stuff. So like I don't know if this would even be good acoustic, but it doesn't matter.
No,
It's a small.
this
It's probably
is
smaller than a theater.
This is the basement of a church.
Oh, that's fine.
Performance, charisma, please. I know that's a weak roll for any talk.
Do I
cacophony.
do performance?
Yeah,
do
you've
I
got
click on
it's like roll
performance?
20. You've got to do it backwards, so it's you hit performance first.
Okay, I got
It's so stupid.
with charisma.
Only 2 successes, but you know that's enough. You'll be able to recite this opera almost perfectly, but the small bits you forget, you're able to cover it up professionally, and people are a little bit awkward at first. They're like, "Oh, this was good. This was good." Like you know, we don't want to offend Alina, but once they see Alina's joining in, they're like, "Yeah, way!"
That's my girl.
Yeah, it's a very different vibe. Completely different vibe. Like, probably not too soothing for like this type of stage and whatever. But you know, she does what she does, and as a first try, it was in bed, especially after being asleep for a long time and being tortured for 3 weeks. So
And it was
I think
an
it's a good
absolute
start.
bastard because there was 10 minutes this guy who was it was a rabbit dressed up as a conductor kept fucking around for but yeah, no one watch Looney Tunes anymore.
No, that would get in the way. That would get in the
Oh.
way.
Mm-hmm. It really would be distracting. Yep.
It's really weird when he just let his hand just hover in midair and he went out back for a smoke. I've got to stop watching Looney Tunes cartoons.
You know how artists are.
We're
Yeah,
always suffering.
I believe the Piper has information for you all.
Yes.
as well.
No. Is everybody gathered now?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Once everybody is like existing within the same plane of reality, there'll just be the moment when the chatter sort of died down. The Piper just fishes in a pocket for a moment and pulls out a napkin, spreads it out on the table. It's low key covered with the chalked crisscross lines. Some of those are from the tic-tac-toe game earlier, but a lot of them aren't. There's the longer lines that sort of tangle with a different kind of logic. On one end of the array is this orderly series of lowercase t's laid out like a graveyard. And at the other end, there's a box topped by little rectangles with swirls coming out, like chimneys spewing smoke, which would contextualize those lines as perhaps roads. And along these roads, between these landmarks, there's another little box marked with a big chalk X. Piper spreads this out and just sort of taps the X and looks at the others expectantly.
X marks the spot.
Nod, nod, nod.
Yes.
That's where we'll find the treasure.
Nod, nod, nod. Shrug.
Where
Great.
is it?
The map. This is
Nod,
a map.
nod.
Yeah, it's a map, but
I'm the map. I'm the map. I'm the map.
You'll anyone familiar with Abingdon will recognise it is the MG admin office, long abandoned, along with the factory, but it is on a slightly separate bit from the factory.
okay, so that's where we need to go tomorrow.
Yeah, it's just off Spring Road.
Piper just looking at the others, just like preening a little bit.
Good job, Piper. Yeah, where'd you find this?
Taps the tic-tac-toe board drawn to the corner of the map.
Oh, you got it from Hi-Fi? Nice.
Nod.
Nice.
I don't trust that guy.
I don't either, but he gave us a lead.
Well done,
Shrug.
Piper. See, this is why you're the brains of the bunch.
Hand to chest, that sort of I'm flattered body language. Please, kazoo noises.
Pleased kazoo noises.
What the?
I wish
This
we
is
had
like,
captions for all of Piper's stuff.
This microphone I'm using right now isn't picking up the kazoo quite properly.
Aw.
No.
Sad day.
But yeah, no, you're getting please kazoo noises.
Okay.
And then I think the Piper slowly leans across the table and steals Richard's hat.
As
Well-
you steal Richard's hat, you will find inside the hat your kazoo.
Extremely impressive, seeing as it is attached to my mask.
I think you'll find that as you lift the hat, you see, placed delicately right at the bottom of the hat, is the end of this week's episode.
Da da da!
Thank you all for coming and watching. Thank you all for coming and playing. This week we will go with someone who recently confided in me that they didn't actually intend to invent. Motherfucker, come on. Was it antibiotics? I'm going to go with antibiotics. They just left their toast out a couple of weeks too long and thought, fuck it. Olena, who are you? What do you do? Do you do things? Let's find out.
I am Ms. Hearts. You can find me just about anywhere as Ms. Hearts. Linktree for all the social medias and stuff. And yeah, I am volunteering at a show on Saturday that is the dumbest burlesque show ever. And I will be performing at But Coffee for the 16th annual Anti-Valentine's Day Burlesque Show with the Bat City Bombshells next Saturday, February 8th at Come and Take It Live. So if you're in the Austin area, come check those out. And if I can help you out with any graphic design or promotional products, let me know.
The Piper, who are you? What do you do? Do you do things? Let's find out.
Hi, I'm Dave Breakathon, and I think the word you were thinking of is penicillin.
That's the one, thank you.
I am a source of random trivia, and also a writer. Masquerade is very kindly holding up the 2 fantasy books I have written. Check them out by clicking links in the link places, and buy them, support me. 3rd one is coming as soon as I finish it. I am also an artist. I did the character art for the Piper as they are depicted here. Oh, right. I also stream. That's the other thing I do. I stream over on my own channel, though I am currently on vacation. So that's going to pick up not next week, but the week after that. I will be on this plane of reality once again. You can also find me when I'm not on vacation on Monday over at our Shadowrun game, where I play a similarly incoherent character, Mojave. And I think that's everything that I have to say. I think that's everything. Normally my dog would be coming running to say hello at this moment, but he is currently in exile the next room over.
You mentioned Run the Flood?
Monday, Run the Flood. Ah, my chair. I'm a professional.
Octavia, who are you? What do you do? Do you do things? Let's find out.
Once in a lifetime, I used to do things. Now I cannot do things anymore, but maybe one day we will return. There is always a promise. Yeah, I used to stream here. Right now I am figuring out life.
Oh,
But you know,
fuck.
I always miss it. And for now, you can find me here. If you want to give me a follow, you know, like whenever I rise from my torpor, my streamer torpor, you'll receive a notification that I'm live, and maybe you can come and say hi. But for now, yeah, I am terrible at social media, so yeah, there is a Twitter there, but good luck seeing me post anything there. Otherwise, you'll find me here now weekly, playing as Octavia. So yeah, that's it.
And more to come. Ambrosia.
Right, and more to come. But surprise, I won't say anything. I know nothing.
I know, but we like to tease them. We just like to tease. Ambrosia, who are you? What do you do? Do you do things? Let's find out.
Hi, I am the Gothic Ferret. I can be found here on Thursday nights playing Ambrosia, your lovely, talented Tremere. Otherwise, you can find me on Wednesdays playing either Cyberpunk or Star Wars. And then every other Friday and Saturday, I am playing World of Darkness Mix and Modern Day Superheroes over at Lost Tribes Gaming here on Twitch. I also have my own channel, the Gothic Ferret, where I am getting back into streaming games. I just started a new Skyrim. Don't watch the first video. It was horrible because I'm learning OBS and so far I hate it. But I will be trying again this Sunday at 5 p.m. Pacific time. And then this coming Monday, I will start a new Fallout 4 survival mode at 6 p.m. And then I am still working with some other YouTubers to start a Fallout 76 collab. So that is a work in process. But you can find me on most medias. All the links are down there. I do post a lot of my ferrets, even though I did kind of take a break because we had some losses. But we have the twins, and so I'm trying to get pictures and videos of them and sharing them. And then also I advertise our games, this one, Lost Tribes, and my streamings. So check me out.
FX, who are you? What do you do? Do you do things? Let's find out.
I am Dead Western. Don't really do a lot online, you know, mostly just play FX here. But aside from that, I am on the Discord. So if you're curious to chat or whatever, just hit me up.
Richard, who are you? What do you do? Do you do things? Let's find out.
I am Noskavian. I play Richard or Dick on Table of Horrors every Thursday. I play Jason on Table of Horrors every Monday. And I have friends who have written books, such as our very own Daybreakathon, who has written Wordbreaker and Windswept. Check them out. I have a friend who's written Bloodlust of the Bloodletting series. Check them out. And I have a friend who's written Obelisk the Long Dream as part of the Violet Stars series. Check them out. Oh, and I have a friend who does lo-fi beats or copyright-free lo-fi. Check them out.
I don't know what. Oh yeah, right. Check out the links in chat now for links to Discord, audio-only versions of our games, and video versions up on YouTube. You can check it all out there. We've got Softy coming up on Monday with Shadowrun. You'll see some familiar faces. I always feel like there's something I'm forgetting, but I think that's everything. We will go raiding on Zombie Orpheus, who are playing Demon Hunters? A comedy of terrors? They look like good people. They look like they'll entertain you. So we'll throw you over to them. But of course, legally, morally, objectively, we can't go until Fenice says the line. She's gone to the bathroom and her trousers are around her ankles right now.
Oh!
And she can fucking hear us.
I said it. I'm sorry. I was just muted. I didn't know. Bada bing, bada boom. I'll see you next week. Ayo.
Hell yeah.